HiToms baseball is on the air live from McNair Field in Forest City, North Carolina. It's the High Point-Thomasville HiToms taking on the Forest City Owls in a big-time matchup as we are in the final week of regular season play in the 2022 CPL season. Hi, everyone. Will Trubshaw, along with my partner, Andrew Selliver, on HiTom Radio, bringing you this game from beautiful and extremely cloudy Forest City as the rainstorms have just moved past the home of the Owls here, and that means we'll be able to get this game in plenty of time. Andrew and I just getting here ourselves, but we are buckled up and ready to go for a game with major playoff implications. The second to the last time these two teams are going to meet, Andrew. And the anthem wrapped up here, so we'll get into the stakes of the game more in just a moment. First, let's get you the starting lineups in this game. Leading off for the visiting HiToms, there'll be Rowan Watt out in left field after he got the start in center field last night against Wilmington, so more outfield experience for him. Eli Wiesner batting second and the designated hitter. Court Maynard bats third and plays first base. And Jarrett Brown will be the third baseman today, batting in the cleanup spot. Bo Rusher gets the start behind the plate tonight. He bats fifth. Jose Vargas in the sixth hole plays second base. Cam Brantley bats seventh and plays right field. Josh Jones bats eighth and is over at shortstop. And rounding out the starting nine for the HiToms, Joe Delaney, he plays center field. And then guess who gets the start today for the HiToms? Clay Edmondson.
And now let's go through the starting lineups for the Forest City Owls, who come in just a game back of the HiToms in the overall standings. They sit at 20 and 23. HiToms and Macon at 21 and 22. Leading things off for Connor Daly's Owls, the right fielder, number 22, Wade Kelly. Dalen Thompson bats second and plays second. 3 Hillier is behind the plate and batting third. The cleanup hitter is David Lewis over at first base. Alex Kahn is the designated hitter. Clayton Keys plays center field and bats sixth. The shortstop is Will Vergantino. He bats seventh. Garrett Dill in the 8-hole playing third base. And rounding out the starting nine is Carter Lindsay out in left field. The starting pitcher today for Forest City is Will Holmes, the left-hander at 6'195", a freshman out of the Citadel.
Holmes gets ready to start the game as Rowan Watts steps in the box. First pitch to him, way outside, gets all the way to the backstop, and we are underway. First pitch at 7:06 here in Forest City, July 25th, 2022. The regular season ends July 30th, so that tells you all you need to know. We are in the home stretch here. As ball one misses upstairs. Scoreboard here saying it is a 1-1 count. That first pitch tailed outside and off the glove. I'm not sure how it's strike one. Should be 2-0, and we'll stick with that for now. As the next pitch misses outside. That should be ball 3 to Rowan Watt.
For Will Holmes, it's a sinker and a slider mix. And so that should lead to some ground balls if he's in and around the knees tonight.
So far has been missing upstairs and outside, and it's a 4-pitch walk to Rowan Watt to start off the game.
Well, nothing was particularly close there. Missed a full foot above the zone or a full foot outside with all 4 pitches, all 4 fastballs. So we'll see if Will Holmes can find the strike zone here as things roll on, and he faces Eli Wiesner, who's back in the starting lineup tonight. No TrackMan for us tonight, so we won't be able to tell you the velocity, but Will Holmes is in the high 80s to low 90s.
Finds the strike zone for his first strike of the afternoon, 0-1 to the HiToms designated hitter Eli Wiesner. Holmes comes up, but first he checks on Watt at first. A nice pickoff move, but Watt able to get a hand back in safely.
Yeah, interesting move there from Will Holmes, who's from the left side. Before he even fully came set, just kind of snap throw over there. Didn't even move the leg at all, just an arm throw back. And it was pretty close play there with Watt diving back safely.
0-1 home, and Wiesner lays off a pitch high and hit the letters for 1-1. Mentioned rains had just passed through here. Makes it for a humid night, but it's down to 74 here in Forest City as a 1-1 misses high and gets out of the glove, and it'll allow Watt to get down to second. A wild pitch.
Interesting to see the lack of command here from Will Holmes. He's appeared in 6 games with Forest City this summer. 5 of them starts, an 0-1 record with a 5.89 ERA, 18 and a third innings pitched, 11 strikeouts to 21 walks and 13 hits. So clearly it's all about whether he can command the stuff.
Comes inside to Eli Wishner, 3-1. For the most part, has been missing high for the first 2 HiToms batters. That time comes inside to Wishner, and it's a favorable 3-1 count for Eli. See if he can do some damage here with a runner in scoring position. He is, of course, the HiToms leader in RBIs, and another one on the table here. 3-1 pitch is fouled back into the netting.
Yeah, he got a fastball that he thought he could handle at the top of the zone. Huge cut from Wiesner, just fouled it back to the netting. Just caught a piece of that one. He was trying to hit that one over the left field monster here at McNair Field.
A 25-foot wall out in left, 314 to the corner. In left, 337 out to right, and 390 to dead center as Wisner fouls one out of play, 3-2. HiToms wearing their navy blue tops with white numbers and the white HiToms across the chest and red stripes around the edges. Gray pants, navy blue stirrups with the red stripes. As for Forest City, they're going with the all-white uniforms today, green and yellow letters across the chest and the green hats with yellow bills. Another 3-2 home to Wiesner. Missed. Oh, no, it caught the zone. Strike 3. Took a long while till we saw the signal from our home plate umpire, but it's in there for a strikeout looking. First out of the appearance for Will Holmes. First strikeout, and that brings up Court Maynard with 1 on and 1 away in the first.
Great night for Court Maynard last night as he went 2 for 3 with 2 doubles. We'll see if he can get the scoring started with a base hit here in the first.
Holmes steps off and looks Watt back to second base. No one was covering, so no throw comes. But yeah, Maynard, the guy who's still rounding into shape for the HiToms. This will be game number 13 for him tonight, but those 2 doubles, like you mentioned, he's hit a couple homers this year with the HiToms. One of them in CPL play, one not. As that pitch comes inside and catches the inside corner. I think 0-1. No immediate signal from our umpire.
Court Maynard just had to turn around and ask if it was a strike. Nobody knows here. They just put up a ball on the scoreboard. The umpire made a strike sound, but he never motioned.
Not the most demonstrative guy behind the plate as Maynard turns on one and cranks it out to left field. That ball is tailing foul, and it gets out of play. I believe it's a 1-1 count.
That's what we'll go with for now. It could be 0-2. Who knows, to be honest.
The umpire not making any signal. Normally you see the umpire hold up one hand 2, the other hand 0, depending on what the count is. But for now, it's 1-1, according to the scoreboard. That timing definitely calls a strike 1 and 2. That's why I think we were right. It was a 1-1 count before, as that would have been strike 3 otherwise.
Well, that was a generous strike as well. Up and away to Court Maynard. Will Holmes bailed out on that one.
So a 1-2 to Maynard. Rowan Watts stands at second after his walk. And the pitch to Maynard in the dirt. Good stop behind the plate by Hillier. And that makes it an even count, 2-2. For the HiToms, this is the second to last game of the season against Forest City, and both of them going to have major playoff implications. As we'll get into the standings in a little bit, but as we're in the final week here, more or less a 3-way tie between the HiToms, Forest City, and Macon. Another ball bounced in front of the plate, and another good stop by 3 Hillier but it runs the count to full 3-2.
Yeah, well, that's back-to-back attempts from Will Holmes to go to the slider, and he bounces both of them in the dirt off the inside corner. That one even missed further out in front of the plate, probably made it 58 feet before hitting dirt. So we'll see. I think he has to go back to the fastball on 3-2.
The 3-2 offering misses way upstairs, ball 4. And Court Maynard aboard with a walk, second walk issued this inning.
Good to see some patient ABs. I know Eli Wiesner struck out, but he made a 7-pitch AB, waste a couple pitches from Will Holmes, and that's important as we come down the stretch. A lot of teams losing some pitchers. The bullpens are being run thin in the Coastal Plain League. So if the HiToms can get to Will Holmes early, make him throw a lot of pitches, that would do themselves a very good duty and help get into the Owls bullpen early on.
Strike one to Jared Brown, catches the top of the zone. Yeah, you mentioned it. Obviously the HiToms are losing a handful of arms, but so is everybody else. As far as we can tell, Cy Smith no longer with the Owls. Brett Porthen, we don't know if he's available out of the pen, one of their all-star pitchers. Swing and a miss, strike two, and Brown is behind in the count. We know two of their best starters, Paxton Thompson and Dalton Pence, are done for the season. So right there, those are 4 major arms for the Owls that they don't have coming into the home stretch. Holmes gets the sign on 0-2. Brown checked his swing and was able to hold up. It was in the dirt. And though they say he went around on the appeal, that ball was in the dirt. I didn't think Brown went around all the way, but an appeal down to first base says yes, he did. It's the second out of the inning, second strikeout of the inning. So 2 walks, 2 Ks for Holmes, and it brings up Bo Rusher with 2 men on but 2 outs. And the HiToms danger of leaving a man stranded in scoring position in the first.
Interesting to see no Eric Grintz in the lineup tonight. That's because the HiToms are only carrying 2 catchers.
Strike one to Rusher. Yeah, so that's the thing, is if you put Grintz in the game with Rusher being the catcher and he is the designated hitter, and Rusher gets hurt or something, you're not going to have a backup on the bench. So DJ Russ opting to keep Grintz on the bench for now. As a little flare over to shortstop. Will be caught for the 3rd out of the inning. So the HiToms get 2 on via the walk, but a pair of strikeouts and a lineout end the inning. No score after a half inning of play in Forest City. You're listening on HiToms Radio.
Here in High Point, North Carolina, we encourage everyone to make themselves at home. Here in High Point, we're known as the home furnishings capital of the world. We have banked our past, present, and future highly on this industry. We have lots of opportunities to entertain your family and children. So take advantage of our parks, our cultural events and activities, as well as some of our seasonal attractions. High Point has a variety of entertainment to suit your needs. Whether you're looking for the newest craft brewery here in town or some live music, come to High Point. We've got what you need. We here at High Point welcome you to make yourself at home.
Novant Health offers unrivaled care for every woman at every age, stage, and walk of life. We know that the care you need today might not be the same care you need tomorrow, and we're proud to offer expert services that are as diverse and multifaceted as you are. So whether you're having a baby, battling cancer, or boosting your overall wellness, you can count on Novant Health to get you back to the things you love faster. Discover care that always puts you first at novanthealth.org/everywoman.
Should I come back? Bottom of the first inning here at McNair Field. HiToms didn't score in their first ABs, and it brings out Clay Edmondson to the mound, making his first start of the season with the HiToms. And mostly a reliever, but we'll see how long DJ Russ lets him go here in this start against Forest City. The numbers have been good for Edmondson this year. Out of the pen, has gone extended innings, but never in the starting role.
Well, the interesting thing is he was in that starting role at Guilford Tech this season. He didn't pitch a lot, but he pitched 2 games, and both of them were 6-inning starts. And he had a .75 ERA with Guilford Tech. So it's not a foreign concept to Clay Edmondson to start a game. It's just a thing that he hasn't done in 6 months, so we'll see how he looks tonight coming out as the starter as opposed to in a later inning with high intensity. So usually you'll see Clay in 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th inning try and go 2 innings. So we'll see how long he can go tonight. Ideally 4 to 5, maybe even 6. If he can go that long, that would be huge to save some bullpen arms for the HiToms. They still have a game tomorrow at Lexington County before a day off, and they'll need arms tomorrow, that's for sure.
Lexington County, one of the hottest teams in the CPL right now. They had a losing streak, or winning streak, I should say, broken the other night as squaring around a bunt, but pulling back on the first pitch was Wade Kelly. And it's ball 1 to start out the evening for Clay Edmondson. Edmondson will work from more or less the stretch in this start, and he gets a 1-0 swing and a foul back, 1-1.
And you don't mind that. That's what he's used to out of the pen. He doesn't have a wind-up move that you might see from a lot of starters. And so you really do anything you can to make Clay as comfortable as possible on the mound with the start today. Try and give the HiToms a chance to snap the losing streak.
1-1 home. And a pitch right down the middle, 1-2.
Nasty slider there on the inside corner. And that's what Clay works with, is the 2-seamer and the slider from the same sidearm arm slot. One moves, this 2-seam moves into righties, and the slider moves away to righties like Wade Kelly.
1-2 home. And a check swing. Did Kelly go? They appeal down to first, say he did not. DJ Russ going to come out quick and have a word with the umpire.
Well, that's just bad right there. It was clearly about the same, if not worse, than the check swing from Jarrett Brown there by Wade Kelly. And so that's why DJ Russ is out. If you're going to call one a strike, you have to call the other a strike there, because Wade Kelly certainly went farther in the swing than Jarrett Brown did, and the appeal down to first was unsuccessful for the HiToms, and that's why DJ Russ is out to argue.
There's another good pitch by Edmondson, too, coming inside, and now the umpire is actually going to meet on the middle of the infield here. I think that was the 2-seamer from Edmondson that had the tailing action in towards the right-hander.
I doubt that this would change anything, this meeting on the middle of the infield. I think part of the thing was they were saying that it almost looked like a bunt attempt there, even though there were 2 strikes for Wade Kelly, and they're going to say he's out.
Wow. So the rarest of rare things, a reversal of a call, and that's going to bring Connor Daly out. He wants to know, how do you change that call? And they do say that Kelly is out. Well, DJ Russ must have seen something and wisely came out of the dugout, a big first out. And you know Connor Daly is not going to be happy about that.
Well, certainly not after the initial call was safe. But my only possible thinking is maybe they think that Kelly made contact with the pitch and then it was caught by Bo Rusher, even though he checked the swing. Maybe if it nicked the bat and then goes into Bo Rusher's glove with 2 strikes, that's a strikeout. So that might have been what DJ Russ wanted to appeal, and somehow he is successful. So the HiToms will take the first out here in the first.
I'm going to have to say that is the first successful challenge we've seen this year out of the only successful challenge we've seen. Most of the time the umpires come out, give their 2 cents, or the coaches come out, give their 2 cents to the umpires, and get sent back to the dugout. Well, that time DJ Russ caught something, and it turns into the first out of the outing for Clay Edmondson as he drops a slider into the zone for strike 1 to Dalen Thompson. Edmondson gets his sign. the 0-1 home. In the zone again, back to back. And it's 0-2.
Yeah, nasty slider there. Dalen Thompson did not want to offer it that one, as that was landed right on the outer black. Tough pitch to hit for a righty as it just continues to tail away from you at the plate.
Now an 0-2 coming from Edmondson. Hands at the belt. He winds and deals. And a swing and a miss. Strike 3.
Really good play by Bo Rusher there. It tipped the top of the bat from Dalen Thompson, and Rusher was able to go up the ladder with the glove and snag it even with the foul tip. So he's helping his pitcher out, and I think that's what the call was on strikeout number 1 as well. So 2 foul tips, I'm assuming, have led to 2 strikeouts.
Hard to understand how important it is to be able to squeeze the glove for a catcher on those foul tips. And Bo Rusher doing a good job so far, stealing 2 strikeouts for his starter, Clay Edmondson. Missed outside with ball 1 to 3 Hilliard.
Yeah, and it can be so dejecting for a pitcher if you make a good pitch, the batter gets just a nick on it and your catcher can't quite squeeze it. Then you usually lead to mistakes on the mound with a lapse of focus. So for Bo Rusher to get those 2 strikeouts was massive here in the first.
2-0 to Hilliard. Become the everyday catcher for the Owls here this back half of the season. Was responsible for the first of 2 walk-offs, 2 consecutive walk-offs the HiToms have allowed to the Owls here at McNair Field. And the last 2 times the HiToms made it out here, 2-1 the count as Edmondson drops one in the zone.
Yeah, slider on 2-0 on the outside corner to the lefty. Impressive stuff from Edmondson to have that much faith in his breaking ball to go to it in the 2-0 count.
It's just been a killer pitch for him all year. That time, pitch right over the heart of the plate, and it's lined into center field and down. A long single for 3 Hilliards. He took a big turn around first base, but will hold up there. It's a 2-out single, and David Lewis to the plate now with a man on.
Now you mentioned this HiToms team is coming off the loss on yesterday to Wilmington and the loss the day before to Ashboro. The Bats couldn't get going in either game, just 3 runs across the last 2 games. So it's important for Clay Edmondson early to take advantage of what he has going on the mound and try and hang zeros to keep the HiToms well within this game. Back-to-back games here that they've been walked off in losses against the Owls at McNair Field.
Strike 1, finds the inside corner to David Lewis. Yeah, that's the thing. The game last night for the HiToms was not the best effort overall. The 12-2 loss to the Sharks. The night before in Ashboro was a well-pitched game. The one mistake, a grand slam served up by Bradley Wilson, and it probably shouldn't have been a grand slam as Lewis swings and misses, and he's quickly behind 0-2. But a couple errors helped load the bases for the Zookeepers, and they basically rode that grand slam. They didn't score the rest of the way. But the HiToms, more than anything, need to get the offense going, and they're hoping for at least a couple decent innings out of Edmondson. He gets a pop-up out to right field. That's a long run for Cam Brantley into foul territory, and it's going to get out of play in the Owls bullpen. Still 0-2. Edmondson is 1 pitch away from getting out. Well, the bottom of the first inning scoreless. He's got 1 man on. It's 3 Hilliard, who singled just a moment ago. Edmondson has appeared in 18 games now with the HiToms. With the 2 strikeouts already, up to 32 Ks on the season in 23 1/3 innings of work. Actually, beg your pardon, 24 innings of work now through his first 2 innings here. Missed outside with a ball 1-2. So he looks over at Hilliard at first, gets a sign, brings his hands down to the belt, and deals the 1-2 home. And that one lifted into foul territory again. Lewis just fights it off out of play. He's putting together a good little AB here down 1-2.
Yeah, that's another nasty pitch from Edmondson at the knees with the slider that starts in at the body and curves back towards the inside corner to the righty in Lewis. And he just went down there and sliced it out of play, spoiled a really good strikeout pitch from Clay Edmondson.
Does he go back to the slider here, maybe push it further off the plate, or does he go inside with a two-seamer?
No, I think you go outside with the two-seamer and try and dot it on the outer corner.
The 1-2 is fouled out of play. Well, he went with the two-seamer, but Lewis able to get a piece of it. Looked like it hung more over the heart of the plate. Still 1-2. Alex Conwait's on deck, the designated hitter tonight for Forest City. Edmondson just trying to take care of Lewis. It's a 1-2 pitch coming. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. Clay Edmondson, 3 Ks in the inning to retire the side for the Owls in the first. No score after 1 inning of play. You're listening on HiTom Radio.
Your first HiToms baseball game, sweetie.
I'm ready.
Now, our player over there is called the pitcher.
Right. He simplified his delivery mechanics in the offseason, so hold on to your Pepsi. His fastball's a beast.
Speaking of Pepsi, want one?
Yes, Pepsi's nuanced flavor profile is ideal for HiToms baseball.
Honey, when I said you had to do your homework before the game, I meant your real homework.
Noted for next time.
Pepsi and HiToms baseball. Game on.
No score after 1 inning of play. McNair Field, the site of tonight's game. In the High Point-Thomasville HiToms and the Forest City Owls. Will Trubshaw, Andrew Sullivan here, bringing you the radio broadcast of this one. Will be Jose Vargas, Cam Brantley, and Josh Jones to start the inning off for the HiToms. And again, the importance of this game for both these teams really can't be overstated. It is really tight right now in the race for the second playoff spot. HiToms, the last couple of nights, they've had some results go their way, but they haven't been able to complete the deal on their end. So a win tonight against a team just a half game behind them in the standings in Forest City would go a long way to clinching one of those final playoffs, or that final playoff spot in the West. First pitch from Holmes to Vargas is fouled out of play.
Yeah, we'll get you those updated scores from last night and the updated standings. Savannah came back with 3 in the ninth to walk off Florence 3-2. Big win for the Bananas. 8-5 Macon was winners over Lexington County, snapping a 6-game Blowfish win streak.
0-2 is another one fouled out of play.
Morehead City won 7-2 over Tri-City to clinch the second half in the East, meaning the East second playoff spot will come to overall. The Sharks beat the HiToms 12-2, and Wilson a big 12-5 win over Holly Springs.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. As Vargas goes down, a quick 3-pitch at bat to start off the second inning by Will Holmes.
Yeah, nasty slider from Will Holmes after starting off with 2 sinking fastballs. He dots one in on the hands to the righty Vargas. And a really good pitch from the lefty Will Holmes. So Morehead City is now 16-3 in the second half, meaning it comes to overall in the East for the second playoff spot. Holly Springs is at 23-20, whereas Wilson is now at 24-18, so they currently sit in a good spot to make the playoffs.
Ball 1 comes upstairs, and look out, Cam Brantley has to duck out of the way of the pitch.
Then for Tri-City, they're at 20 and 22. Wilmington's at 20 and 21. But right now, it looks like it'll probably come down to Holly Springs or Wilson for that second playoff spot. 1.5 game lead for Wilson right now in the overall in the East. And then in the West, Savannah's up 13 and 7 to the 10 and 9 records of Forest City and Macon. You have to keep in mind Forest City's really probably 11 and 9.
Swing and a miss for Cam Brantley.
Because Forest City has a 7-0 lead in a game against Florence that is suspended after 3 innings. So that'll probably make them 11 and 9. So they're really 2 games back of Savannah in the second half.
Ball off the outside part of the plate. That makes it 1 and 2. Now, the pitch that came upstairs to Brantley caught a piece of the bat. So that makes it a 1-2 count. I was not quite sure myself, but the umpire put his hands up after that first pitch. So he 1-2, and now he's swinging a miss for strike 3. So back-to-back Ks. That time a good pitch. Looked like the slider from Will Holmes pulled it into the right-hand batter's box, and Brantley went fishing. 2 outs for Josh Jones.
So with Savannah at 13 and 7, Forest City at probably 11 and 9, 10 and 9 for Macon, 10 and 10 for Asheboro, 9 and 10 for the HiToms. It probably means if Savannah keeps going like they're going in the last week, it will come down to the overall. So first pitch is on the outside corner for strike 1 to Jones. In the overall, the HiToms are tied with the Macon Bacon at 21 and 22. If you assume Forest City will beat Florence, they're at 21 and 23, a half game back of the other 2.
The 0-1 home, Jones chops it down the third base line. He is behind in the count 0-2, so Holmes doing a really good job of getting ahead of all the HiToms batters this inning and putting them in the rocking chair. Still a lot to be determined in the playoffs. Like you said, as you've described, Andrew, this CPL last week is going to be important. The math can break in a lot of different ways for a lot of different teams depending on how they finish the schedule here. Strike 3 called to end the inning. How about Will Holmes striking out the side in the second? No score after 1.5 on HiTom TV.
Thank you for coming to my press conference. Don't worry, I just sprained my ankle. Novant Health said I'll be back in no time.
Hey, honey, your wife here. Can you still coach Little League?
Yes, I can.
Dad,
Excuse me.
what about our father-daughter dance?
I wouldn't miss it.
And what about cleaning the gutters?
No further comment.
With locations throughout the area, online scheduling, and same-day appointments, Novant Health can help you get back in the game fast. Visit novanthealth.org/rapid recovery. Novant Health, making healthcare remarkable.
The future is now.
The future is you.
The future is here.
It's computers.
It's healthcare.
Robotics.
Cybersecurity.
Manufacturing.
DNA research.
The future is everything.
The future is knowledge.
Community.
Possibilities.
Hope.
It's about family. Having a career.
Reaching goals.
Finding your purpose.
Your passion.
Believing in yourself.
Davidson County Community College. The future is here.
Bottom of the second inning coming up. HiToms and Owls are scoreless. Clay Edmondson struck out 3 batters in the first inning in his first start with HPT, and per usual had his good stuff working.
Yeah, Clay Edmondson looked good in the first. A long single off the bat of 3 Hillier, the only blemish in that inning. And how about Will Holmes? Struggled with the command in the first inning, but then he just needed 8 pitches in the second to strike out the side. So very impressive stuff from the starter for Forest City to bounce back in the second inning after he stranded 2 on base in the first. And we mentioned the 3 teams in Macon, Forest City, and High Point-Thomasville, all 3 within a half game of the playoff spot. That's down to the wire in the second half. All 3 in action tonight. HiToms and Owls obviously playing here at McNair Field. And then Florence is playing at Macon. Savannah also at Asheboro tonight. That another big one to keep your eye on. The other game going on is Peninsula at Martinsville, and then Wilmington plays an exhibition against Wake Forest.
So the HiToms, big fans of the Florence Flamingos tonight. Ball 1 missed inside somewhere to Alex Kahn as he gets the night underway here in inning number 2. Swing and a miss, though, and that is actually definitely not Alex Conn. It's Will Samuelson, who is the DH. It must have been a late roster change we were not aware of. As the 1-1 is lifted out into center field, but playable for Joe Delaney. Makes the grab.
Well, we've seen McNair Field play pretty deep here over the course of the year. Haven't seen a ton of home runs at this ballpark. If you really want to hit a home run, it probably should come from a righty to pull one over the monster to left. If you can get one as a lefty, you'll have to hammer it down the right field line. Center field plays very deep. It feels almost deeper than 390 here at McNair Field.
Yeah, the thing here in left, you have to hit it hard, but you have to hit it high as well with that left field. Wall sitting 25 feet high, covered in ads. I mean, easy to bang one off the wall for an extra base hit, but no, you really got to get it up in the air to clear it.
Jared Brown did that in his first game with the HiToms here at McNair Field.
He did, one of 3 homers that Brown has hit in the regular season with the HiToms. 0-2 quickly to Clayton Keys. Second batter of the inning and the center fielder for the Owls. As Edmondson deals home, and there's a chopper right back to him. Gets off the mound, sets his feet, and throws it sidearm over to Court Maynard, who puts the foot on first for out number 2. Nice play by Edmonds. Very calmly got off the mound, fielded it, and set his feet to get across to Maynard.
It's always interesting to see if a pitcher like Clay Edmondson, who deals from the sidewinding position, when he gets a ball hit back to him and throws on to first, whether he's going to throw it sidearm or he's going to throw it overhand. And Edmondson throwing sidearm there over to first, showing that that's what he's most comfortable with, the throw, an accurate throw.
Well, Vergantino takes a look at ball 1. Yeah, it's interesting too, especially because Edmondson plays a little outfield as well. I'd imagine he goes more over the top when he's playing the outfield if he has to get a throw on, just because it is hard to make a throw all the way from the outfield at the sidearm angle. Can't get a whole lot of air on it. Grounder over to third, fielded by Brown. He sets his feet, throws across the diamond, and gets Vergantino to end the inning. 1-2-3 for Clay Edmondson in the second. Still no score as we head to the third. HiToms and Forest City Owls locked in a CPL playoff hunt duel.
So at Sheets, we really exist to make people's lives easier every day. In this moment, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to connect with some of our lucky fans to help make their dreams come true.
How are you? I'm Ryan Sheets.
Here's a brand new truck for you, man. A once-in-a-lifetime dream vacation to Turks and Caicos.
Have you ever been there?
No, I've never been anywhere.
A check for $25,000.
This is a testament to why everybody should be a Sheets freak.
Hey everyone, Andrew Selliver here. Bring your group outing to Finch Field to watch the HiToms play all summer long. For groups of 12 or more, we have 3 different group rates. For $6 per person, you can get general admission tickets. At $9, we provide a meal package of a hot dog, chips, and a drink in addition to the GA ticket. And finally, for $15 a person, you get our all-you-can-eat ticket package. For more information on group tickets, visit our website at HiToms.com or email Zach at HiToms.com for more information.
Back here at McNair Field, third inning of play already as the barbecue chase on here for the Owls. Kids chasing around a man wearing a barbecue apron. And it's quite a spectacle. You see something like it at every park in the CPL. And, just something to keep it light here as we enter the dog days of summer and this season. HiToms and Owls locked in a scoreless battle. We'll get you a quick CPL scoreboard update as well as Joe Delaney gets set to step into the plate. Peninsula up early on the Martinsville Mustangs 3-0. That's a good sign for the HiToms, making out to a 1-0 lead over Florence, and the Bananas and Zookeepers knotted at 1 in the top of the third. As Joe Delaney takes his practice cuts And we get the kids cleared off the field, winners of some type of barbecue prize, I presume.
I believe it's a free bag of potato chips.
Oh, that's okay. See, I can only read the barbecue from here. Maybe I need to get my contact prescription updated. But it's barbecue chips. Hey, that's not a bad prize for sprinting around the outfield at McNair Field. Joe Delaney going to lead things off once again in third. Finally comes set. And Will Holmes deals home. First pitch in there for a strike, and he continues to pound the zone. 5 Ks already on the night for the left-hander, and he struck out the side in the second inning.
Yeah, sinker's been really good in the second, and now the first pitch into the third.
Holmes rocks and deals. Missed with a breaking ball upstairs to even up the count 1-1. And that ball bounces in the dirt, 2-1. Andrew, you were talking earlier about the playoff picture, not only in the West, but in the East as well. And right now how it's coming down to Wilson and Holly Springs for that second playoff spot. That ball is roped right to the shortstop, Vergantino. Another ball squared up by a HiTom. This time it's Delaney squaring one up, but he hits it right to the shortstop for out number 1. The HiToms will have a direct effect on Wilson's playoff chances as they meet in the final game of the regular season, July 30th, up at Fleming Stadium. We'll be on the road for that one. Yeah, but that's a game that should hold plenty of intrigue as well. That'll come as the final, after the final home game of the regular season for the HiToms when they take on the Asheboro Zookeepers. Ball 1 missed upstairs. The Zookeepers, they're not even out of it yet entirely. You can't mathematically rule them out, but they play the Bananas tonight. And a loss to Savannah would all but seal the fate of Asheboro.
Yeah, it's a must-win game tonight for the Zookeepers, or else they are eliminated from the playoffs.
1-0 is swung on and missed by Rowan Watt, his second plate appearance of the night.
And after a 3-20 first half for Asheboro, it means that they would have to win the second half. And they're at 10-10. Savannah's at 13-7. You could win a max of 13 games if you lose 11, and that would be a loss tonight would move Asheboro to 10-11 and Savannah to 14-7. So the last chance tonight as that one finds the zone 1 and 2.
1 away, nobody on for Rowan Watt. He walked back in the first inning and advanced to second on a wild pitch, but was stranded there. And a 1-2 pitch from Holmes misses upstairs, 2-2. Holmes was kind of wild through the first few batters.
Yeah, the slider still doesn't look like it's quite on for Will Holmes. The sinker looks really good, but the slider there he missed again, didn't break it, stayed way upstairs. We'll see if he can figure that out as the night goes on.
The sinker, though, like you said, has been quite effective. He gets Watt to roll one over to third. It's a fair ball, and a throw across the diamond. Lewis almost pulled off the bag, but he drags the foot long enough to keep it on and get the force out for out number 2.
Well, we've seen the HiToms struggling the last 2 games at the plate. They seem to be off to a pretty slow start tonight as well. We'll see if Eli Wiesner can try and jumpstart the offense, but just 2 runs last night, 1 the night before. I think that's the lowest number of runs the HiToms have scored in back-to-back games combined all season.
Trying to get the offense figured out. Not going to happen there as Eli Wiesner skies one down the right field line and running over to make a grab right in front of the bullpen for the Owls is Wade Kelly. That's out number 3. It's another 1-2-3 inning for the HiToms in the third. We go to the bottom half of the frame. Forest City comes up next.
Here in High Point, North Carolina, we encourage everyone to make themselves at home here in High Point. We're known as the home furnishings capital of the world. We have banked our past, present, and future highly on this industry. We have lots of opportunities to entertain your family and children. So take advantage of our parks, our cultural events and activities, as well as some of our seasonal attractions. High Point has a variety of entertainment to suit your needs. Whether you're looking for the newest craft brewery here in town or some live music, come to High Point. We've got what you need. We here at High Point welcome you to make yourself at home.
Novant Health offers unrivaled care for every woman at every age, stage, and walk of life. We know that the care you need today might not be the same care you need tomorrow, and we're proud to offer expert services that are as diverse and multifaceted as you are. So whether you're having a baby, battling cancer, or boosting your overall wellness, you can count on Novant Health to get you back to the things you love faster. Discover care that always puts you first at novanthealth.org/everywoman.
Now 8-9-1 coming up for the Owls in the bottom of the third as Garrett Dill leads it off. No score here as Clay Edmondson has been up to the task so far with Will Holmes. Both these pitchers working well. Only one hit allowed between the two of them. A big swing and a miss for strike one by Dill.
Yeah, slider has been able to keep the Owls off balance so far for Clay Edmondson. We saw it at the end of the last inning against Vergantino. Got a slider that he weakly chopped over to third. First pitch slider way out in front was Dill.
Ball one missed his low below the knees. That evens up the count at 1-1. Edmondson comes set, working from the stretch, and he deals home. Little chopper behind the plate, and it's foul. Jacob Schubert, perfect fielding position as he scoops that one up behind home plate. Got down in the crouch, got in the athletic position, and fielded it cleanly.
That's textbook. That's what they teach them down at LSU Shreveport, where Jacob Schubert is an assistant coach. Took the team all the way deep into the playoffs, including knocking off Loyola.
Liner sharply over to second base. Jose Vargas leaves his feet, and a nice play to get Garrett Dill. That ball was hit hard on the ground. Vargas dove to make a stop, got to his feet, spun around, and fired on to Court Maynard for out number one. And a really, really tough play for Jose, but he makes it look routine.
Yeah, really good play. Ranging to the left, had to get up and spin around, and fires a strike.
First pitch misses outside to Carter Lindsay. You know, for a player like Jose Vargas, who is kind of a utility infielder, you can play him really anywhere. It's going to be hard to adjust to the different positions every night. It's not like he's getting most of his starts at shortstop. And he'll play third base a couple of nights in a row. Then he'll go over to second. Then he'll go over to shortstop. It's wherever they need him. But each one of those positions requires a different approach to the position.
It's kind of like the HiToms have one set guy for each position, and then they try and give each of them a night off, so Jose Vargas just fills in right at that position. So he just rotates throughout the infield.
He does, and with Rowan Watt moving out to the outfield, that opens up second base for Vargas. 3-0 to Carter Lindsay. Owls looking for their second base runner after 3 Hillier singled back in the first. Lindsay takes on 3-0, and it's in the zone. No surprise, no green light there. But a good pitch from Edmondson. Still a very friendly hitters count, 3-1. Edmondson comes home again, and he missed outside, so it's a 1-out walk to the 9-hitter Carter Lindsay.
Well, that's one where Clay Edmondson missed 3 sliders off the outside corner just because he didn't have the break in him, and that's where it starts to become a bit of a concern. Maybe Edmondson is wearing down a little bit on the mound. One of the longest appearances already just into his 3rd inning of work of the season because we've seen him out of the pen all year long, and if he can get through 3, that will in fact be his longest appearance so far this season. 2 2/3, his prior longest against Forest City on July 2nd.
Kelly tries to lay a bunt down, but it gets under his bat and rolls foul, 0-1. In that outing back on July the 2nd, Edmondson struck out 3 batters, only allowed 1 hit through his 2 2/3 innings However, the game that the HiToms lost, that was actually the game they lost in a walk-off. And it was 3 Hillier who picked up the hit that ended the game. And that one, this time a pitch rides outside 1-1. But Edmondson was in relief that time out. This time gets the start. He's through 2 1/3 so far. Can use a ground ball here. Going to check on the runner at first. Lindsay able to dive back in safely.
Interesting dive there from Lindsay. It looked like he came up short of the bag, so he had to almost swim his way back to first base. If that's a stronger pickoff move, Clay Edmond just kind of lobbed it over there. If that's a stronger move, it's probably a close play.
Instead, he deals a 1-1 home, and it's in the zone for strike 2 to Wade Kelly.
Much better there with the slider. I was concerned with this AB because he had missed 3 sliders off the plate to a lefty. And Lindsay now facing a righty, you could miss one that same arm side and it would hit the righty, but that was a really good slider.
See if he goes slider again here, 1-2. He does, but he pulls it outside, and Kelly able to lay off 2-2. Kelly, whenever he takes a pitch, does a little shimmy at the plate, a la Juan Soto.
Almost like the Soto shuffle.
He gets his hips more into it, though. Soto really gets down into a squat. 2-2. And that pitch on the inside part of the plate, not strike 3, it's ball 3. To run the count full, Edmondson was hoping to have Kelly rung up for the second time tonight.
Well, that's a really good pitch. Starts in on the body, breaks to the inside corner. Froze Kelly, just didn't quite get the call.
3-2. That time, another one. Did it miss inside? Yes, it does. Kelly started making his way down to first, but then held up to make sure he wasn't called out on strikes again. And so that puts 2 men on and just 1 out, 2 via the walk, and that'll bring out DJ Russ from the dugout. Bo Rusher, Jose Vargas coming in to talk to. Maybe this to talk over signs now with a man at second base.
Well, I think it's mostly just to calm down Clay Edmondson, walk the latest 2 batters. That one a little bit closer of a walk and more competitive. Lindsay, he threw 4 pitches that weren't very close to the zone. Last 2 pitches on sliders just on the inside corner or just off the plate. Didn't get either call on 2 very close pitches. And I think Kelly might have thought that that might have been strike 3 at the end as he walked towards first. Didn't hear anything, so he turned around to make sure.
It is a very subdued strike 3 call tonight behind home plate. So you can understand why hitters and pitchers alike are a little hesitant before they start their walk down to first or their K-struts. 2 on, 1 out for Dalen Thompson. He was a strikeout victim his first time up as well. 1 of 3 on the day for Clay Edmondson so far. And he could use a strikeout or a ground out right now. As the first pitch is chopped over to third, but foul. It rolls up the left field line. So that'll work as Thompson was out in front of it.
We've seen a lot of sliders so far from Clay Edmondson, trying to keep this Owls team off balance with the breaking ball. Goes back to the fastball there for first pitch to Thompson, who's way out in front of it and weakly chops it foul. We'll see if Edmondson tries to challenge more with the fastball now that he's walked 2 in a row.
Ball missed upstairs, 1-1. According to our good friends at Point Streak, Dalen Thompson, through 17 games, batting .345 with the Forest City Owls. He's driven in 15 runs, got an RBI opportunity here as he looks to get the Owls on the board first. Pitch is low for a ball, 2-1. To the second baseman, Thompson. Edmondson not getting a lot of calls on the onside corners. What can you do here if you're Clay Edmondson to try and pick up some of those strike calls?
Just have to challenge over the plate.
That time he does. Finds the zone 2-2. And that evens the count.
Really good slider and a hitter's count there. That's what Edmondson has done well when he's gotten Owls out tonight, is even if he's gotten behind, he's been able to work out accounts with the slider And he does so again there. Now he can go with either pitch. Wouldn't be surprised to see that slider again try and come on the inside part of the plate.
2-2 pitch coming. It misses low. That runs the count full 3-2. Edmondson takes a breath on the mound. That's that right arm dangle as he gets his sign. And Thompson comes set in the box. Edmondson looking the runner back at second. And he deals home. 3-2, swung on and missed, strike three.
Well, you see it again there. He goes slider and a fastball count, 3-2. Dalen Thompson expecting the heater. He gets slider. He swings right through it, and another foul tip that Bo Rusher is able to snag behind the plate. He gets a big second out here, and now Edmondson will try and strand 2 runners on the base pass after back-to-back walks.
Just needs one more out to get out of the inning. 3 Hillier steps to the plate. He's got the lone hit in the ball game. Back in the first. And he looking to take advantage of the RBI opportunity here for the Owls. Good pitch, though, by Edmondson. Starts out the lefty 0-1.
Might sound crazy, but at the moment, I think the Owls should probably be sitting slider at the plate. Another one to start the AB. Seems like most first pitches and most pitches in general have been the slider from Edmondson so far tonight.
And it's been effective as Hillier turns on one out to right field. It's going to hold up, though, for Cam Brantley, who stops dead in his tracks and makes the grab. So a couple of walks don't come back to hurt Clay Edmondson as he gets out of the inning. No score after 3. Pitcher's duel in the works as the HiToms and Forest City Owls battling it out for a playoff spot.
Thank you for coming to my press conference. Don't worry, I just sprained my ankle. Novant Health said I'll be back in no time.
Hey, honey, your wife here. Can you still coach Little League?
Yes, I can.
Dad,
Excuse me.
what about our father-daughter dance?
I wouldn't miss it.
And what about cleaning the gutters?
No further comment.
With locations throughout the area, online scheduling, and same-day appointments, Novant Health can help you get back in the game fast. Visit novanthealth.org/rapid recovery. Novant Health, making healthcare remarkable.
The future is now.
The future is you.
The future is here.
It's computers,
It's healthcare.
Robotics,
cybersecurity, manufacturing.
DNA research,
The future is everything.
The future is knowledge.
community,
Possibilities.
hope.
It's about family. Having a career.
Reaching goals, finding your purpose, your passion.
Believing in yourself.
Davidson County Community College. The future is here.
Your first HiToms baseball game, sweetie.
I'm ready.
Now, our player over there is called the pitcher.
Right. He simplified his delivery mechanics in the off-season, so hold on to your Pepsi. His fastball's a beast.
Speaking of Pepsi, want one?
Yes, Pepsi's nuanced flavor profile is ideal for HiToms baseball.
Honey, when I said you had to do your homework before the game, I meant your real homework.
Noted for next time.
Pepsi and HiToms Baseball. Game on.
All right, into the 4th inning now. Court Maynard leading it off for the HiToms, 3-4-5. We are scoreless through teams. A good battle brewing here between the HiToms and Forest City Owls. As Will Holmes gets a swing and a foul on the first pitch to Maynard.
Well, we have a nightmare scenario. Luke Barrow is coaching first base right now for the HiToms. I think that could lead to some trouble.
That, I can only imagine there will be chaos on the base paths if Court Maynard is able to take off. I think Barrow might send guys on his own without DJ Russ's signal. There's a big swing to miss, 0-2 to Edmondson.
He's chatting it up with the first base umpire, who's trying not to give in over there, trying to stay focused at his job. But Luke Barrow, one of the funny guys on the team.
He is a character.
Class clown, per se.
Had a couple scoreless innings last night for the HiToms. As Maynard lifts one high out to right field. Ball's carrying, but Thompson is out. He'll make the grab on a medium depth right field for out number 1. And Luke, the Coastal Carolina product, I don't know if he has coaching in his future. We'll see how he does at first base. This is kind of the first test. Still got a few years left with the Chanticleers, so I imagine he's not thinking about it too much yet, but he looks like a natural out there right now. He's got the umpire looking at him. Now they're conversing. He's broken his will. No surprise as ball one misses outside to Jared Brown. Luke is an excellent conversationalist, I have to say. I mean, he'll chat you up anytime, any place. 1-0 home to Jared Brown, and he turns on one out to left field and deep. This ball's got a chance, and it's gone. Jared Brown conquers the monster again, and he puts the HiToms on the board, 1-0 in the 4th. Oh, that ball was tattooed 101 miles an hour off the bat for Brown. He hits it 380. That's the type of shot you need to get it over the wall and left.
Well, they just played the cricket sounds, and I'm not sure that was too good of an idea. It pumped up the HiToms dugout, and maybe that's what HPT needs, is a big blast from Jarrett Brown to put the HiToms on the board. First hit of the game for HPT, and it's 1-0 in the 4th.
That's home run number 4 on the season for the Georgia Southern third baseman as the ball misses way upstairs to Bo Rusher. Ball 1. Well, Will Holmes had been going along smoothly, no signs of trouble, but he just hung one, a breaking ball to Jared Brown, and he made no mistake. That ball massacred.
Yeah, change up at 82, and Jarrett Brown didn't miss it.
2-0 now to Bo Rusher.
And we'll see how that affects the rhythm of Will Holmes. After a scary first inning, he went 1, 2, 3 in each of the last 2 frames. And all of a sudden, the HiToms are out in front, and he's behind 2-0.
Now Rusher lifts one out to deep left field, but this time it'll stay in play a few feet short of the wall for Lindsey out there in left, and that's out number 1. Or excuse me, out number 2.
Another change up that time, and Bo Rusher tried to send it the other way, just didn't quite get enough of it to hit it off the wall. We'll see if Jose Vargas can get something going. He looked foolish in his first debut here tonight against Will Holmes. 1, 2, 3, strikeout swinging on a nasty slider. And we can't forget about Jose Vargas, though, last night with his 1, 2, 3 pitching outing in the 9th inning.
Yeah, how about Jose Vargas? Said it was the first time he had pitched in nearly 6 years. And I'll tell you, he had a good 3-pitch mix working. Had a changeup, a fastball, and a curveball. Takes a look at ball 2 upstairs. He was hitting mid-80s, like 84, 85 with some of his fastballs. Pretty impressive stuff for a guy who is mostly an infielder.
I was told that Grambling State, the program where Jose Vargas is transferring into next season, their head coach received a text from Jose Vargas last night telling him he's ready to go 2 ways.
3-0 now to Vargas. I believe the quote on the PA mic from Mr. Mark Scott was Shohei Vargas. As he came off the mound, it was a really exciting outing. One of the few highlights in the game is Vargas draws a 2-out walk. And sometimes you need that, a little levity in a game where you're getting blown out by double figures, and Vargas provided it.
Well, now Cam Brantley steps to the plate. The reason Brantley down in the 7-0 tonight is because Will Holmes is a left-handed starter for Forest City. We've seen Cam Brantley up in the leadoff spot a couple times of late. after A.J. Roush stepped in once J.J. was done for the summer. And now Cam Brantley in the 7-hole, a chance to do some damage here. Maybe we see Jose Vargas try and take off for second with 2 outs.
Wouldn't be too surprised. He's picked up a few stolen bags this season with the HiToms. Strike one at the top of the zone to Cam Brantley. And it's an 0-1 count.
Well, Holmes is a lefty, though, so tough to run on. But Jose Vargas has fared well on the base paths so far this season, 7 of 8 in stolen bags.
Ball missed inside, 1-1 the count. Quiet night here at McNair Field as Brantley chops when foul, 1-2.
Yeah, almost a slurve for Will Holmes as that one's getting up to 5 feet of vertical break. It's also got close to a foot of horizontal break, similar to the pitch that Jacob Halford tosses. Really a lot of movement top to bottom and side to side.
Ball outside, Vargas goes, the throw in time. They got him dead to right. It's a great throw by Three Hillier onto the shortstop, Will Virgantino. As Vargas cut down trying to steal second by a couple steps. Well, the inning ends on a dud with Vargas being thrown out, but a blast by Jared Brown over the left field monster puts the HiToms in front 1-0 after 3.5 on HiTom Radio.
Here in High Point, North Carolina, we encourage everyone to make themselves at home. Here in High Point, we're known as the home furnishings capital of the world. We have banked our past, present, and future highly on this industry. We have lots of opportunities to entertain your family and children. So take advantage of our parks, our cultural events and activities, as well as some of our seasonal attractions. High Point has a variety of entertainment to suit your needs. Whether you're looking for the newest craft brewery here in town or some live music, come to High Point. We've got what you need. We here at High Point welcome you to make yourself at home.
Novant Health offers unrivaled care for every woman at every age, stage, and walk of life. We know that the care you need today might not be the same care you need tomorrow, and we're proud to offer expert services that are as diverse and multifaceted as you are. So whether you're having a baby, battling cancer, or boosting your overall wellness, you can count on Novant Health to get you back to the things you love faster. Discover care that always puts you first at novanthealth.org/everywoman.
The HiToms on the board first, courtesy of Jarrett Brown's solo blast. That's a left field. David Lewis going to lead things off for Forest City. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 coming up as they try to even the score here. Monday Night Baseball in the CPL, HiToms and Forest City Owls. This is the 13th matchup this year between Forest City and HPT.
One more big one coming on Thursday as well. This game certainly puts the winner of it in a better spot for the playoffs, and the loser sets behind. But Thursdays will be just as important as we come down the stretch. That one missed upstairs 2-0 to Lewis, but 5 games left for the HiToms. It feels like they probably need to win at least 3 of them, including at least 1 of the 2 against Forest City.
Indeed, the key for the HiToms, especially after losing 2 games over the weekend, is finishing the season with a winning record over your last handful of games, which would put you at a winning record on the year. A 3-0 start to Lewis, though, as Clay Edmondson misses inside, and it's a 4-pitch walk to start out the inning. Well, we weren't sure how long Edmondson was going to last in this game, but he comes out for his 4th inning of work.
Yeah, the pen's still not working right now for HPT. I would think that they probably go at max 2 times through the order for Clay Edmondson as Eric Grins trots down to the bullpen, and somebody will likely get warm here in a hurry. Currently on the 5 hole in Samuelson, so I think maybe 5 innings max.
Swing and a miss by Samuelson for strike 1. Edmondson has already exceeded his season high in innings pitched after he got the 3rd out of the 3rd inning. So his longest outing so far as a HiTom. But so far he's looked good, allowing just 1 hit to the Forest City Owls.
Yeah, it's the walks that will kill you, though, and a leadoff walk to Lewis certainly doesn't help. Dealt with 2 walks with 1 out in the 3rd and worked around it. We'll see if he can strand Lewis here in the 4th.
Missed low with the ball, 2-1.
Yeah, the command seems to be struggling a little bit. Started to look shaky in the last in the last inning in the bottom of the 3rd, and now it certainly doesn't look the best, especially with that slider he missed again off the outside corner to the lefty Samuelson.
Swing and a miss, 2-2. That time went upstairs with some heat at 87. Samuelson chased it. It was off the plate as well. For Edmondson, a good pitch, getting a chase from the big left-hander. And a 2-2 pitch coming. Just outside, tried to get another chase out of Samuelson, but he lays off and it runs the count full.
Well, this is a big pitch coming up here for Clay Edmondson. Don't want to put 2 batters on 2 walks, so you certainly want to find the zone here with the 3-2 offering.
Strike 3. Edmondson freezes Samuelson on the inside corner. Came into him with a slider and just nothing he could do. So out number 1 for Clay Edmondson, and that brings up Clayton Keys.
Big time pitch there from Clay Edmondson on the inner half. Had some nice movement on it and froze up Samuelson.
Starts Clayton Keys off with strike 1. He grounded out to the pitcher his first time up, did Keys. And Edmondson got a chance, if he gets a ground ball here, could get out of the inning quickly. Little chopper over to first, over to Maynard. He bobbles the ball. Only play is going to be at first. He will take it to the bag himself. Maynard was thinking about 2, but lost the ball on the exchange. And was able to collect himself and step on the bag for an out. So it moves Lewis into scoring position, but not the end of the world as you still get an out.
Yeah, it was going to be a really tough play to turn 2. It looked like Court Maynard's plan was to go to second first, and that would have been a tight play to get 1 on Lewis, and then they probably would not have had to throw back to first to get Keys. Important that Court Maynard was able to corral it, though, and get the out, so now Edmondson just needs 1, although the tying run is in scoring position.
Low chopper along the third base line, but it rolls into foul territory. Scooped up by the Owls' third base coach. And it's 0-1 to Will Vergantino. An 0-1 count to the shortstop for Forest City. He helped end the last inning with a tag out of Jose Vargas, who's trying to steal second. Quickly behind in the count, 0-2. The throw was right on the money by 3 Hillier. Just the second time this season that Vargas has been caught stealing.
Yeah, really nice slider there, 0-1. Looked a lot better from Clay Edmondson. Dots it on the inside corner. Now he can go with anything outside the zone on 0-2. Probably go back to the slider, drag it off the outside corner to the righty.
The 0-2 home to Vergantino. He hits it sharply on the ground. Through the hole past Josh Jones. Lewis gets the wave around. Throw comes home. It's high up the line. And it's a run-scoring base hit to tie the game. Well, Will Vergantino hit it on the ground. A long way to run for Josh Jones. Just couldn't get the glove to it. And it rolled into left field to tie the game. Lewis, he knew he was going to get the wave around with 2 outs. He was running on contact.
Yeah, a couple tough things there for the HiToms. A bit of a hesitation from Rowan Watt, who has a good arm and left. It would have been a close play with a good throw if he got it off at first look. And then with the throw coming home, able to advance to second is Vergantino. So now a base hit from the 8-hole hitter, Garrett Dill, could give the Owls a lead.
So single and advancing on the throw was Vergantino. His first run driven in on the night. Ties this ball game at 1-1. He stands second now for Garrett Dill. So HiToms not out of the woods yet. As Edmondson deals home, check swing. Did he go around? Yes, he did. 1-1 as Dill unable to check his swing. Well, the HiToms leading for just a half inning. Before the Owls come back. Every game these two teams play, it starts close and stays close all 9 innings. 2-1 as Edmondson missed outside. Carter Lindsay, the left fielder, waits on deck. He represents the 9-hitter, so the HiToms would like to take care of business here with Dill. Because if you face Lindsay and he gets aboard, then it's back to the top of the order, most likely with the bases loaded, and you don't want a big 2-out rally to get started here for the Owls. And keep things manageable at a 1-1 game. 3-1 count though, 2 outs, and a strike catches the top of the zone. 3-2. Dill started making his way over to first base. And he, again, has to stay put.
Well, that's a generous one. Fastball on the outside corner. Big pitch here from Clay Edmondson, number 70 coming. I think this is probably his last inning. Hopefully he can get out of it right now.
Payoff pitch coming, 3-2, 2 outs, and it's lifted foul by Dill. Vergantino waits at second base.
Great piece of hitting there from Dill. Was expecting fastball, got slider, was able to just leave the bat in the zone long enough as he was out in front of it to catch a piece and foul it off.
Another payoff pitch coming from Clay Edmondson. 3-2 home. He is low for ball 4. Just missed a hair inside to Garrett Dill. And that puts 2 men on for Carter Lindsay. He walked his first time up.
And I think this is probably Edmondson's last batter here in the 4th inning. If he can get Lindsay out, then so be it. And the HiToms head into the next inning tied. If not, I think Edmondson's night is done.
There's a man getting loose in the pen for the HiToms. I believe it is Ethan Snyder getting warm. So if Edmondson runs into any more trouble in this inning, it might be Ethan Snyder's turn. DJ Ross going to come out and talk things over. Already 1 pitch thrown by Edmondson, so I suspect we will not see a pitching change just yet. Just buying a little more time for Snyder to get loose.
Yeah, I think this is all just to try and calm Edmondson down, let him know that this is your last guy, leave it all out there on this AB with Carter Lindsay, and try and get the last out of the inning to keep things tied here headed to the 5th. And hopefully for HPT, they can bring Ethan Snyder into a brand new inning in the 5th. If not, I think if Lindsay's able to reach on a walk or a base hit, the night will be done for Clay Edmondson as he's run into some trouble each of the last 2 innings. Struggled with the command, 2 walks in each of the last 2 innings, as well as that base hit for an RBI from Vergantino.
Just quick mound meeting. Edmondson deals home. The 1-0 just missed outside, 2-0. Well, that's been a spot Edmondson's like to go to tonight, but it has not been there for a strike. Just a hair below the zone, and it's 2-0. Chopper over to first. Maynard gloves it on a hop. He'll take it to the bag himself, and that ends the inning. So Clay Edmondson, through a season-high 4 innings pitched, allows 1 run but leaves a couple men stranded. We go to the 5th inning, all knotted at 1. Kind of feels like a playoff game already between these two teams. Playoff hopes on the line this week in the CPL.
Thank you for coming to my press conference. Don't worry, I just sprained my ankle. Novant Health said I'll be back in no time.
Hey, honey, your wife here. Can you still coach Little League?
Yes, I can.
Dad,
Excuse me.
what about our father-daughter dance?
I wouldn't miss it.
And what about cleaning the gutters?
No further comment.
With locations throughout the area, online scheduling, and same-day appointments, Novant Health can help you get back in the game fast. Visit novanthealth.org/rapid recovery. Novant Health, making healthcare remarkable.
The future is now.
The future is you.
The future is here.
It's computers,
It's healthcare.
Robotics,
cybersecurity, manufacturing.
DNA research,
The future is everything.
The future is knowledge.
community,
Possibilities.
hope.
It's about family, having a career,
Reaching goals, finding your purpose, your passion.
believing in yourself.
Davidson County Community College. The future is here.
Well, all knotted at 1 as both teams scratching one across in the 4th. Jared Brown, a solo homer, and Will Brigantino an RBI single. That's the scoreboard update here. Let's get a scoreboard update around the CPL. Andrew?
Thank you, Will. A couple scores that are important to HiToms fans. It's still knotted at 1 between Savannah and Ashboro in the top of the 5th. Making a 4-0 lead over Florence in the top of the 4th. That's not one that HPT fans will like to hear. And then a 6-3 lead for Martinsville over Peninsula in the bottom of the 3rd. Mustangs hanging on to playoff hopes by a thread. Will need to win tonight if they want to keep going towards the playoffs here in the second half.
Indeed, they're in good shape so far with that 6-3 lead coming back. They were trailing earlier in that game. Bottom of the order here for the HiToms, 7-8-9 against Will Holmes, who outside of the solo home run to Jared Brown has been good. Brantley takes a ball upstairs, 1-0. He was at the plate the last inning when Jose Vargas got caught stealing. So he gets to start the inning off here clean.
Yeah, it was behind in the count 1-2 as well, so he gets a hitter's count now 1-0.
Holmes rocks and fires, and Brantley sends one soaring out to center field. But it's going to be caught well short of the wall for out number 1. And Josh Jones to the plate. We got the Forest City Owls honorary bat boy. The jersey a couple sizes too big for him, but he's making it work. He retrieves Brantley's bat. 1 out and nobody on for Jones. He struck out looking his first time up. He was one of a trio of HiToms strikeout victims in that second inning. Is Holmes struck out the side. He's got just 5 Ks on the afternoon. And Clay Edmondson nearly matching him with 4 through his 4 innings of work. A pretty even battle between the two. Actually, I beg your pardon, 5 for Edmondson. So he has matched him. Really almost mirror images for the two guys in terms of the stat line. And both have been good. We don't know if Edmondson will be out for the 5th. I think we saw some high fives as he was coming back to the dugout that would suggest that his night is done. As a 1-1 home to Jones, he tried to check his swing but could not. An excuse me swing there, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, that's that nasty breaking ball, kind of a slurve from Will Holmes that starts over the heart of the plate and just drops. Bottom drops out of it. Josh Jones unable to lay off.
Strike 3. As Jones goes down looking for the second time tonight. So the breaking ball had him all sorts of confused, but that time went with the heat as well. Good mix by Holmes as we've seen all night. His 6th strikeout. Doing a good job of working between the fastball and his off-speed pitches, as Clay Edmondson. That slider and two-seamer lethal all night for the HiToms right-hander. And ball one, this is just low to Joe Delaney, who hit a rocket to short his first time up. He checks his swing, and that another nasty breaking ball in the dirt. Delaney tried to check his swing, but it was way too late.
And Will Holmes, more of a starter type. He's sitting at 64, about to be 65 pitches to the 74 through 4 for Clay Edmondson. So who knows how long that Will Holmes could stay out there.
And went to one in the dirt, but Delaney able to hold up 2-1.
Yeah, essentially the exact same pitch that Delaney couldn't hold up on 1-0. He holds up there, learns his lesson. Now he gets a hitter's count at 2-1.
Well, these pitchers, despite allowing just one run apiece and 3 total hits, they've had to throw a lot of pitches. As another one misses upstairs, that makes it 3-1. A lot of full counts, a lot of free runners via the walk. The pitcher's been able to work around it in Holmes and Edmondson. But a 3-1 offering here to Delaney is way high at the eyes. And it's a 2-out walk for the HiToms center fielder.
Well, I know Jose Vargas got thrown out on the base pass to end the last half inning. Top of the order due up here with Rowan Watt. But Joe Delaney, the fastest guy on this team, I still think in a 1-1 game in the 5th, you have to take a chance on the base pass. Try and take second base. You won't get that huge lead that you're accustomed to with the lefty Will Holmes on the mound, and Hillier has a good arm. But I think you have to take chances in a game like this.
Delaney has not yet been caught stealing. Goes on the first pitch. Watt swings and misses. Or swings and fouls it out of play. So a foul ball, and that was the pitch for Delaney to run on. And then 0-0 took off, had a great jump.
Yeah, he just got one look from Holmes, and he was off. And he had that base stolen, so tough luck. Not sure if it was a hit and run on for the HiToms, but Watt could have had Delaney standing over there at second.
They check on Delaney at first, but he was pretty much standing on the bag. As it was. And now Holmes going to keep a much closer eye on Delaney as the pitch misses upstairs, 1-1.
Well, we saw Joe Delaney bluff towards second there, trying to deke out the starting pitcher, Will Holmes. Maybe that affected that fastball as it soared upstairs for ball 1.
Rowan Watt batting 191 as they check on Delaney again. But pretty much standing on the base again. Not much of a lead for Delaney over at first. I think cautious now of Holmes. But with 2 outs, you know he'll be running with the crack of the bat if Watt can put one in the gap. Now as Delaney takes off for second, he's safe. Now definitely if Watt can put one in a gap, Delaney might be able to score with 2 outs. Takes off and gets a steal. Another stolen bag for Joe Delaney.
Well, that's one where that's about the best pitch for the Owls to try and throw Delaney out on. He didn't get the best of jumps, 86-mile-per-hour fastball. Great throw from Hillier, and still Joe Delaney beats it out by a half step at second.
His 15th stolen bag of the season in 21 games with the HiToms. But a 1-2 count to Rowan Watt. And the pitch low, and he lays off, 2-2.
Really tough take there on the slurve, and he laid off as it started over the heart of the plate and broke below the knees. Really good pitch that Will Holmes has had working tonight, and the HiToms are finally starting to look a little bit better against it at the plate.
Some of that repetition of seeing it pitch after pitch. Watt looking for something he can handle. 2-2, finds the zone, strike 3 called. Watt goes down looking to end the inning. So Joe Delaney works himself into scoring position, but he gets stranded there after a 2-out walk. HiToms do not score. We're tied at 1 after 4.5. Andrew Selliver going to take you the rest of the way when we return on HiTom Radio.
So at Sheets, we really exist to make people people's lives easier every day. In this moment, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to connect with some of our lucky fans to help make their dreams come true.
How are you? I'm Ryan Sheets.
Here's a brand new truck for you, man. A once-in-a-lifetime dream vacation to Turks and Caicos.
Have you ever been there?
I've never been anywhere.
A check for $25,000?
This is a testament to why everybody should be a Sheets freak.
Hey everyone, Andrew Selliver here. Bring your group outing to Finch Field to watch the HiToms play all summer long. For groups of 12 or more, we have 3 different group rates. For $6 per person, you can get general admission tickets. At $9, we provide a meal package of a hot dog, chips, and a drink in addition to the GA ticket. And finally, for $15 a person, you get our all-you-can-eat ticket package. For more information on group tickets, visit our website at HiToms.com or email Zach at HiToms.com for more information.
Back here for the bottom of the 5th, it's a pitcher's duel at McNair Field. HiToms and Owls locked up at 1 apiece as the new pitcher on for the HiToms is Ethan Snyder. Just 2 hits for Forest City and 1 hit for the HiToms off of Will Holmes. The 1 hit being the long ball at 380 feet off the bat of Jarrett Brown to get the HiToms on the board back in the top of the 4th. Clay Edmondson's day is done. In his first start with the HiToms, he was impressive, Will.
Yeah, he really was. 2 hits, just 1 run allowed, struck out 5 batters. He looked good. It can be hard for a guy with just a 2-pitch mix to have success in a start because after a while you run out of tricks in the bag. But he mixed that slider and 2-seamer well, as he so often does in his relief appearances. And he got the HiToms into a good spot. Leaves with a no decision, though, as it's tied 1-1.
First pitch from Ethan Snyder facing the top of the order. Misses just upstairs and inside to Wade Kelly, who leads things off. 1-2-3 here in the 5th inning for Forest City. After the HiToms left Joe Delaney on second in the top half. There's another breaking ball. That time it gets a swing and a miss from Kelly, 1-1.
Yeah, I don't know how many innings DJ Russ was hoping to get out of Clay Edmondson tonight. 2, 3, maybe 4, but I think 4 more than does the job for the HiToms.
1-1, another breaking ball, and again that one just missed off the outside corner. Snyder not getting that high strike with his curveball right now. 2-1. Kelly 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. The offering misses below the knees. It's 3-1.
I'll tell you, around the corners tonight, it's been a pretty tight strike zone. There have not been a lot of borderline strikes called. Really got to get it over the plate tonight if you want a strike called.
3-1 offering. Misses low with the fastball and a 5-pitch walk to start the 5th for Ethan Snyder as Wade Kelly reaches. That's how Forest City got their first run of the game on a leadoff walk from David Lewis, the cleanup hitter, back in the 4th. Walk here brings up Dalen Thompson. Thompson been hitting a very hot streak here of late with Forest City, batting .345 with the Owls in 17 games played, the freshman out of Campbell. Forest City coming off an 8-5 loss to Lexington County Saturday night. HiToms losers are 2 straight. Runner goes. Bo Rusher throws down to second. It's not in time. It gets away from Vargas, but backing up is Josh Jones. A stolen base for Wade Kelly. That his 11th stolen base of the season. He's perfect at 11 and 11. 1-0 the count to Thompson with a runner in scoring position and nobody out.
Well, the throw had the distance, but it started tailing away from Jose Vargas. That's why he couldn't get the tag down. And luckily, Josh Jones was there to back it up. If that ball rolls into the outfield, I think there's a good chance Wade Kelly takes a turn for third.
Lights taking effect here at McNair Field. Sun setting back behind the trees and the sky darkening. 1-0 misses well upstairs, 2-0. Dalen Thompson 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts tonight, both swinging. He's actually tied for the CPL lead in triples. A very quick infielder, freshman out of Campbell, and he fouls one off on a 2-0 fastball on the inside corner. 8 for 8 in stolen bases, 3 triples is tied for the CPL league lead. Campbell, of course, had a great year this season. the Camels. Dalen Thompson will be competing against Clay Edmondson presumably next year, as he takes a pitch just off the outside corner from Ethan Snyder. It's 3-1.
Yeah, that's right. Clay Edmondson transferring to UNC Asheville, so those two will see a whole lot of each other. I got to tell you, I think the Camel might be one of my favorite mascots in college baseball.
Not just the camel, but the Fighting Camel.
The Fighting Camels, yes.
3-1 pitch, chopped up the middle, glove by Snyder. He looks back to second, and the runner Wade Kelly retreats, and he throws on to first for the first out in the fifth.
Nice play by Snyder. Heads up. Again, takes a second to collect himself. It can be tempting when a ball's hit back to you like that to rush, but you got to slow things down. That's exactly what Snyder does. And thinking, too, enough to look the runner Kelly back. If he doesn't, Kelly's probably taking off for third because that ball was hit to the first base side of the mound.
So Dalen Thompson 0 for 3 tonight. Both Campbell and UNC Asheville play in the Big South Conference, which Campbell won this season. First pitch, nasty changeup, swung on and missed by Hillier.
Campbell really becoming a mid-major power in baseball. They have been for a few years now, constantly running the conference.
We're the 3 seed in the Knoxville Regional this year. 0-1 pitch. Skied on the left side of the infield into foul territory. Long run for Jarrett Brown, and he runs out of room. It lands on top of the HiToms dugout.
Well, not much of a breeze tonight. That ball just carrying out of play. It is definitely a humid night, so that might affect the flight of the balls going forward.
That one just sliced off the bat of the lefty Hillier, who's 1 for 2 with the single back in the first. First hit for either team in the game. Edmondson comes set, 0-2. Is hammered out towards right field. Brantley goes back. He's just shy of the track. He camps under it and makes the play. Tagging from second is Kelly. He'll get into third easily on a long fly ball out to right field off the bat of Hillier. He just missed a 2-run homer. There's 2 outs, but the go-ahead run stands 90 feet away for the Owls.
Well, that's back-to-back times that Hillier sat on a breaking ball and turned on and out to right field, once against Edmondson, now against Snyder, but he comes up just short, just getting under it.
Well, they tell us that it's 337 to the right field foul pole. That one hit probably 25 feet to the left of the pole. He hit it 335, so just comes up short of a home run, 95 off the bat, as Edmondson hung a breaking ball.
Yeah,
now it's the cleanup hitter Lewis. First pitch, slice foul.
If he hugs the line, that ball very well could have gotten out of here, but it was hit so high, too, that I don't know if it would have had the distance on that end. If it's more of a level outswing, maybe it clears the wall.
Cleanup hitter Lewis 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout, scored the only run of the game for Forest City, and he swings right through a changeup. It's 0-2. Ethan Snyder trying to keep this game tied. Base hit could give the Owls the lead. Wade Kelly stands over at third base after a leadoff walk. DJ Russ claps his hands. Edmondson winds and fires. Rather, Snyder winds and fires and misses below the knees. 1-2 the count to Lewis. Edmondson and Snyder were roommates here in Thomasville, North Carolina for a little while. Staying with the host family, same host family. 1-2 pitch. Is hammered down the left field line, but well foul. Breaking ball that stayed up in the zone, and Lewis was well out in front.
That ball smoked. That's the thing about Lewis. You know, you go on his career or his personal page on the Clemson Tigers website, and the scouting report says has good power. You know, he's a guy that can hit the ball hard. It's about as simple as it gets when it comes to a scouting report.
Just 2 home runs in 26 games played. 1-2. Big swing and a miss on a breaking ball in the dirt. Ethan Snyder strands a runner over at third base. It's all tied up at 1. We're through 5 at McNair Field. HiToms and Owls dueling it out here on the last week of CPL play.
Here in High Point, North Carolina, we encourage everyone to make themselves at home here in High Point. We're known as the home furnishings capital of the world. We have banked our past, present, and future highly on this industry. We have lots of opportunities to entertain your family and children, so take advantage of our parks, our cultural events and activities, as well as some of our seasonal attractions. High Point has a variety of entertainment to suit your needs. Whether you're looking for the newest craft brewery here in town or some live music, come to High Point. We've got what you need. We here at High Point welcome you to make yourself at home.
Novant Health offers unrivaled care for every woman at every age, stage, and walk of life. We know that the care you need today might not be the same care you need tomorrow, and we're proud to offer expert services that are as diverse and multifaceted as you are. So whether you're having a baby, battling cancer, or boosting your overall wellness, you can count on Novant Health to get you back to the things you love faster. Discover care that always puts you first at novanthealth.org/everywoman.
Back here for the top of the sixth, Will Holmes still on for the Forest City Owls. And we have an update on the giant toothbrush because apparently it's traveled here to Forest City, North Carolina as well. If you were with us on Saturday night at Asheboro at McCrary Park, in between innings they have a little kid come out with this giant toothbrush and they call it cleaning off the bags. And at Asheboro it made a little bit less sense as they play on turf and the bags were pretty pearly white. Here they're a bit dirty, so our guy went out there, but I gotta say he only won 75%. He didn't clean off home plate, and so our home plate umpire is gonna have to get out his little duster and he cleans off the home plate bag himself. But at least they're playing on dirt here at McNair Field. Well,
makes it a little more authentic.
So it makes a little bit more sense here as we cleaned off the bags with a big giant toothbrush.
I smell a promotion for next season with the HiToms. I think we need to get some little kids out there cleaning the base paths off. We certainly know that they'll get dirty too at Finch Field.
2-3-4 facing Will Holmes for the third time tonight. Eli Wiesner steps in, left on right. First pitch off the outside corner for ball one. Wiesner 0 for 2 today. Strikeout looking in the first and a fly out to right on the first pitch in the third. Got the day off last night against Wilmington. Came in for a pinch hit opportunity in the ninth in a 12-2 game and flew out to left. 1-0. Bounces in the dirt. 2-0.
Good eye there by Wiesner. Holmes still going strong through 5 innings. Certainly more of the starter type. Didn't play at all this year with the Citadel, but when he played at Bowling Springs High School,
he was fantastic.
Yeah, an 8-0 ERA or 8-0 record with an 0.55 ERA as a senior.
That earned him perfect game All-American honors there at Boiling Springs High School. Kicks and fires, and that one's fouled off in the netting. Wiesner hunting a 2-0 fastball. He got it, but couldn't quite square it up.
That is legit. And also he hit .410 with 6 homers, 26 RBI. So generally if you can hit 400, 500, if you can put up those kind of numbers on the pitching mound, you have there's a pretty tracked success rate between college and even into the professional ranks. If you
2-1, nasty breaking ball. Swung on and missed below the knees by Wiesner. Runs the count to even. Cy Smith appears to be warming up in the pen for Forest City. Hasn't pitched in over a week for the Owls. The All-Star appears to be getting ready should he need to come into the game anytime soon. 2-2 pitch grounded sharply over to third, but it's fielded there and tossed over to first by Garrett Dill in time for out number 1.
Yeah, the way right now that Holmes is going, I don't know when they'll take him out, if there's a certain leash on him more than anything. Obviously, the pitch count's still getting up there, but he has looked really good so far. But Cy Smith, the guy who has shut down the HiToms this season when he's faced him.
Will Holmes just surpassed the 75 pitch mark. That latest ground ball, his 76th offering. Into the 6th inning for the lefty. Now Court Maynard to the plate. First pitch to him off the inside corner for ball 1. Maynard, along with Avery Kane, 2 NCA&T Aggies who helped to recruit their teammate in Cameron Brantley, here to join the HiToms in the last few weeks. 1-0 pitch, again misses inside 2-0. And Brantley has been a key to this success here late for the HiToms, trying to help the HiToms make the playoffs, as a couple players have had to leave HPT at the end of the season. Brantley has plugged nicely right into the lineup. A lot of times batting leadoff like he does with NCA&T tonight, facing a lefty. He's down in the 7 hole. 2-0 pitch, again misses inside. It's 3-0 to Maynard.
Yeah, Cam has really become an everyday player the last couple of weeks for the HiToms, and it makes sense with A.J. Roush departing to go back to Ohio, Sam Yelton dealing with some injury issues and heading back to Duke. Some of that outfield depth that the HiToms had at the start of the season, when it seemed like they almost had too many outfielders, has been depleted some. You know, you think to Turner Graw, another guy who left and has returned to make his decision between Youngstown State and Illinois State.
And that's a 4-pitch walk as the 3-0 misses in the dirt off the inside corner. Clearly trying to locate that inside half of the plate against Maynard was the lefty Will Holmes. He couldn't do it on 4 straight pitches, and that draws the coach for the Owls in Connor Daly out to the mound. No signal down to the pen yet, so it looks like he might just be talking to his starter. But it is the home run hitter Jarrett Brown, who still has just the only hit off of Will Holmes, who's coming to the plate.
Yeah, I think the idea is just to change up the game plan to him again, because you don't want to leave another hanging breaking ball that he can turn on and crank out to left field. That first home run, and that first and only hit for the HiToms, walloped 101 miles an hour off the bat. 385. You know, I were talking about in between innings. I don't think we actually saw where that ball landed. I thought I saw it for a split second, but it could have been a speck of dust floating in front of my eyes. I mean, that ball was crushed by Jarrett Brown. And we know he has that kind of pop. It's, you know, that kind of swing, that consistent play at the plate and in the field too is what has made him the starter at Georgia Southern.
So Jarrett Brown in from the right side, facing off against Holmes for the first time tonight. Holmes got the better of him in inning number 1 with a strikeout swinging, and then Brown hammered one to left over the wall for a home run. First pitch on the outside corner, strike 1. So the mound visit hoping to calm down Will Holmes after 4 straight balls. Works at least for pitch number 1. I would expect that he will try and locate off the outside corner for the most part, and not allow Brown to lift one towards the left side and pull it.
Yeah, I doubt we see anything on the inner half of the plate, and this is bat to Jarrett Brown.
Looking over to first, now Holmes delivers. That one just missed at the knees. Fastball just missed, 1-1.
Again, it has been a tight strike zone, and I've seen a lot of nights this season where that is called a strike on a generous pitch, but no such luck for Will Holmes.
Holmes comes set. He lifts and delivers. Fouled off. Brown right on the fastball at 86 on the outer half, and he just missed it, 1-2.
And that was a pitch to hit. Probably came a little too close to the zone.
This is probably the best outing for Will Holmes this season against the HiToms. He had faced off against HPT twice before. By far the longest for sure. Now the 1-2. Breaking ball just missed below the knees on the outside corner, 2-2. The other 2 appearances, one came on June 21st in a 5-3 win where he went 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, none of them earned, however, on 3 hits and 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. And then on July 8th, he went 2 innings of relief, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, no runs or hits, and a 7-3 loss. 2-2. Bounces in the dirt, and the count is now run full. Jarrett Brown is showing some good patience at the plate here to run the count to full. Obviously tonight, the first time an earned run for the HiToms off of Will Holmes, courtesy of that Jarrett Brown homer, but he's also gone so far 5 1/3, just giving up 1 hit and striking out 7. 3-2, bounces in the dirt. It's back-to-back walks for the HiToms, and that brings up Bo Rusher.
When the count got to full, I was thinking you were going to see anything near the heart of the zone to Jared Brown. Don't want to make another mistake and have it end up over the wall, so they bounce one in front of the plate, trying to get a chase. I think the idea was to get a breaking ball a little closer over the plate and get a swing and miss, but Brown able to lay off.
Well, Connor Daly just took 3 steps out of the home dugout as if he was going to come talk to his pitcher again. You can't do that, or else you would have to take him out. I think he realized it was a left-on-left matchup all of a sudden and decides to stay with Holmes, who misses just below the knees for ball 1.
Other than that, maybe just getting a sneak peek, too, at the bullpen, see if Cy Smith is ready to go, and I think he is.
Cy Smith's been going down there for probably 10 minutes, so he's probably good. I think Connor Daly was about to make a move, and then he saw Bo Rusher was up to the plate for a left-on-left matchup, and Rusher's 0 for 2. 1-0, or rather 1-0 pitch. Bounces in the dirt, it's 2-0. All of a sudden, the HiToms are taking almost everything as Will Holmes struggles to find the zone.
Be interested to see if he goes and gets Holmes after this at bat, because Jose Vargas is a switch hitter, so even if you bring the righty in, he'll just shift over to the left-hand batter's box.
Yeah, I think if Bo Rusher reaches here, the night is probably done for Will Holmes in a 1-1 baseball game, especially with the stakes at hand tonight. Holmes comes set, looks back to second, kicks and fires. Weiner over to second. That's in time for 1 on to second, and they've doubled off Court Maynard. Well, a line shot right at the shortstop. Vergantino fielded it, and he just had to toss easily on to second base to Thompson. And an easy 6-4 double play gets Will Holmes out of the inning. Another hard hit shot off the bat of Bo Rusher turns into 2 outs, and the HiToms threat is eliminated. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Still 1-1 between the HiToms and the Owls.
Thank you for coming to my press conference. Don't worry, I just sprained my ankle. Novant Health said I'll be back in no time.
Hey, honey, your wife here. Can you still coach Little League?
Yes, I can.
Dad,
Excuse me.
what about our father-daughter dance?
I wouldn't miss it.
And what about cleaning the gutters?
No further comment.
With locations throughout the area, online scheduling, and same-day appointments, Novant Health can help you get back in the game fast. Visit novanthealth.org/rapid recovery. Novant Health, making healthcare remarkable.
The future is now.
The future is you.
The future is here.
It's computers,
It's healthcare.
Robotics.
cybersecurity, manufacturing.
DNA research.
The future is everything.
The future is knowledge.
Community.
Possibilities.
Hope.
It's about family. Having a career.
Reaching goals, finding your purpose, your passion.
Believing in yourself.
Davidson County Community College. The future is here.
Ethan Snyder on for inning number 2 on the mound after Clay Edmondson went 4 innings of work. We might have just seen the last of Will Holmes. If it was, he worked out of a 2-on, 1-out jam with a line shot over to short that doubled up Court Maynard at second base. Nothing Maynard could do as he froze on the line drive, but the problem being he froze a good 8 steps off of the second base bag. HiToms unfortunately couldn't pick up hit number 2. They still just have 1 hit off Will Holmes, whose pitch count is up to 88. Bullpen was up in the last half inning. We'll see if Holmes comes back out to face 6, 7, 8 in the top of the 7th. First off, Ethan Snyder will face 5, 6, and 7 here in the 6th inning.
Well, that double play certainly helped keep the door open for Holmes to come back for a 7th inning of work. He's able to work out of another jam. He's been really good tonight.
Ethan Snyder left a runner over at third base and Wade Kelly in the last inning. First pitch, big swing and a miss on the breaking ball by Samuelson.
Nasty breaking ball there by Ethan Snyder. It's like we talk about so much his over-the-top release, but especially with a breaking ball, it almost has a 12-6 kind of action on like a curveball, top to bottom.
That one is fouled off on the curveball. Out of play down the third base line. 0-2 the count. Samuelson 0 for 2 tonight. Snyder gets his sign, winds and fires. at the knees, and it just missed. That's a really good pitch on 0-2. A very close take by Samuelson, and somehow he gets away with a ball one. And now he ropes one down the right field line, tailing. It's fair by just a foot. It's into the corner, and that's trouble. He rounds, headed for second. He might get the wave. No, he's going to stay put at second base, a stand-up double. And for Ethan Snyder, well, that's just tough luck. It looked like he had Samuelson looking at strike three. Next pitch is a double to start the inning.
Yeah, again, it's been a really tight zone, not helping out pitchers tonight. Samuelson able to get one on the 1-2 and keep it just fair inside the line, and it rolled into the corner.
That one might have found chalk down the right field line, as it was a very close call. 1-2 breaking ball that was over the heart of the plate, and Samuelson didn't miss it. Now it's Clayton Keys up to the plate. First pitch is fouled off. Big spot here in the bottom of the sixth for Ethan Snyder to try and keep this game tied. 1 hit, 1 run, and no errors for the HiToms. 1 run on 3 hits, no errors for Forest City. A very closely competed game here at McNair Field. Pitchers duel thus far. Another pitcher warming up for the HiToms in the bullpen. 0-1. Just missed the outside corner with the fastball, 1-1. Patty McGonigal warming up for the HiToms right now. Righty out of Western Carolina. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball finds the outside corner, 1-2. Well, Clayton Keys is just batting 100 for Forest City coming into tonight. 0 for 2 on the night as well. Doesn't have an RBI. Chance for a big RBI and his first of the season. Nobody out, runner at second in a 1-1 game. 1-2 offering. Just missed the outside corner with a breaking ball, 2-2.
The native of Edmonton, Alberta, and Canada, one of a handful of CPL players from our neighbors up north. I wonder, you got to think it's not often that guys from up there come down here to play unless they're playing college ball in the States.
Check swing, and he went around on the 2-2 pitch. Strike three swinging, a big strikeout for the first out in the sixth for Ethan Snyder.
That was a nasty breaking ball. Bounced it on the plate. Got a swing from Keys, and he is sent packing.
There were 2 Canadians on this Forest City team. Now Clayton Keys is the only one after the other Canadian has been released since the last time these 2 teams faced off, that being just on Friday. HiToms came out with a 7-5 win in that game. First pitch now to Vergantino. Big cut and a miss.
Will Vergantino was a big-time prospect coming out of high school. Was the 12th overall player in New Jersey and 3rd-ranked shortstop when he was coming up in 2020.
Freshman out of Elon, where he hit .224 in his first season. 0-1 pitch, runner goes. Throw down to third by Bo Rusher, and it is not quite in time. Wow, a close play. The throw was a bit upstairs, so Brown had to go up before he got the tag down, and Samuelson steals a big base, his 3rd stolen base on the season. So now there's a runner at third with 1 out.
The throw was on time, but like you said, it was high, and it forced Brown to go up. If that throw is down on the bag, I think they get Samuelson.
Not the fastest of runners at 6 foot 215. Bo Rusher nearly threw him out. 1-1 pitch. Bounces in the dirt, 2-1. Now a high fly ball from Vergantino to the outfield could give the Owls the lead. Probably the best arm in the outfield for the HiToms, though, is over in left field in Rowan Watt. With the righty Vergantino up at the plate, that's the most likely place he would hit it. 2-1 from Snyder. That one just missed below the knees, 3-1. Snyder trying to strand a runner at third for the 2nd straight inning. This time, the runner in Samuelson is there with less than 2 outs. DJ Russ claps his hands, encouraging his right-handed reliever. Snyder delivers the 3-1. Big swing and a miss on a changeup.
Great pitch by Snyder, located on the outside part of the plate. Almost guaranteeing a swing from Vergantino there on 3-1.
So now the count run to full. Garrett Dill waits on the on-deck circle. He's 0 for 1 with a walk today. Vergantino 1 for 2 with a single. 3-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss at the curveball. Everybody fired up in the HiToms dugout. There's now 2 down. Third strikeout in 2 innings for Ethan Snyder.
DJ Russ loving it. Snyder, the last couple of appearances, has really had the strikeout stuff working. And that a big one there as it retires Vergantino. And it leaves Samuelson stranded at third base at the moment. Still one out to get. And Garrett Dill not an easy out by any stretch.
Garrett Dill, another righty first pitch. Breaking ball just missed the outside corner. 1-0 the count.
And you'd like to get the inning over with here with the righty-righty matchup. You've got Lindsey, left-handed batter, waiting on deck.
Snyder now above 30 pitches at 31. He comes set, delivers a 1-0. Big swing and a miss and another breaking ball below the knees. Well, Snyder has taken the team lead in strikeouts, and he's adding to it tonight. He came in with a 4 strikeout lead over Matt Little ahead of Matt Little's start here on Thursday. 3 more strikeouts so far. Would love a 4th. Kicks and fires a 1-1. Breaking ball, chop foul down the third base line. More claps of encouragement from DJ Russ and Jacob Schubert in the HiToms dugout as Jacob Schubert sprints down the left field line to retrieve that foul ball.
He's getting his workout in.
9-hole Carter Lindsay waits on deck should the inning come to him. Edmondson comes set at the belt buckle. Looks over to third. A 1-2. Another breaking ball, and he just missed the outside corner.
Oh, Jose Vargas and some of the HiToms infield with their hands on their head. That looked like strike 3. And it was pretty close. Might have caught part of the outside corner in the zone, but 2-2. Just go back to it again, I say.
Here it comes. And it is a breaking ball in the dirt, swung on and missed. Bo Rusher has to throw down to first, and he misses the throw. Runner comes home to score on an E2 on a drop third strike.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, Bo Rusher has been great so far tonight. Ethan Snyder got out of the inning, he thought, but a breaking ball in the dirt bounced before it got to the catcher, so he had to throw on to first, and he spiked it a good 5 feet in front of Court Maynard. It skips over his glove. Standing at second is Dill. Coming home to score is Samuelson.
Well, he made his pitch. He got out of the inning. There was strike 3. And Rusher, he took his time. He set his feet. He just kind of spiked it. I think he held on the ball a little too long, and it bounced past the glove of Maynard. Not much he could do about that as it rolled up the line in right field.
First pitch in there for strike 1 to Lindsey, who now comes to the plate. Forest City a 2-1 lead on the first error of the game from either team. Now it's important Ethan Snyder is able to bounce back after an unearned run comes in and limit the damage to 1 in the inning. 0-1 pitch is fouled back into the netting. It's 0-2 to the 9-hole hitter Lindsey.
Well, Snyder just got to work quickly here. Don't be afraid to go back to the breaking ball here. If you bury it in the dirt, it's a chance for redemption.
Forest City's first lead of the game comes here in the bottom of the 6th. The 0-2. And that one just missed below the knees with the fastball, 1-2. Another close pitch taken with 2 strikes, this time by the left fielder Carter Lindsey. Lindsey, a freshman out of NC State, teammates with Wynn Scott. A 1-2. Swing and a miss. So Ethan Snyder comes back and strands a runner at second. He was oh so close to stranding a runner at third until Bo Rusher couldn't complete the drop third strikeout of Dill and threw it down the right field line. That allows Samuelson to score. Forest City takes a 2-1 lead. 3 innings remaining here at McNair Field in an all-important West Division battle.
So at Sheets, we really exist to make people's lives easier every day. In this moment, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to connect connect with some of our lucky fans to help make their dreams come true.
How are you? I'm Ryan Sheets.
Here's a brand new truck for you, man. A once-in-a-lifetime dream vacation to Turks and Caicos.
Have you ever been there?
I've never been anywhere.
A check for $25,000.
This is a testament to why everybody should be a Sheets freak.
Hey everyone, Andrew Selliver here. Bring your group outing to Finch Field to watch the HiToms play all summer long. For groups of 12 or more, we have 3 different group rates. For $6 per person, you can get general admission tickets. At $9, we provide a meal package of a hot dog, chips, and a drink in addition to the GA ticket. And finally, for $15 a person, you get our all-you-can-eat ticket package. For more information on group tickets, visit our website at HiToms.com or email Zach at HiToms.com for more information.
Well, the day is done for Will Holmes as he will be replaced by Cy Smith, but after a run coming across for Forest City on an E2 in the bottom of the 6th, now Will Holmes is in line for his first win of the season as he goes 6 innings pitched, throws 88 pitches, strikes out 6. He also walked 6. He gave up just 1 hit, being the home run to Jarrett Brown. 1 run coming on that home run, and as I said, he is in line for his first win with the Owls.
Yeah, he is. He was spectacular tonight. The 6 walks, it's hard to give up 6 walks but only allow 1 run. He did a really good job of limiting the damage, working around the HiToms base runners, and was fortunate too that the home run he served up was a solo home run and it didn't come with a man on base. And now he's in line for the win.
And Cy Smith replaced him in the top of the 7th to face 6, 7, and 8 for the HiToms. Cy Smith, an all-star here in the Coastal Plain League, comes in with a 4-1 record, a 3.78 ERA, and 6 appearances, 1 start, 16 2/3 innings pitched, and 15 strikeouts to 5 walks and 8 hits. He's faced the HiToms 3 times, those his first 3 appearances, and hasn't given up a run in any of them. First pitch, off the inside corner for ball 1 to Vargas.
Yeah, Cy Smith has been bad news facing the HiToms, but he hasn't seen him since June 24th, so it's been a while.
He also hasn't pitched since July 18th. That one lined the other way, but foul. Jose Vargas batting from the left side for the first time tonight against the righty Cy Smith.
And the HiToms are going to have to take some of that unfamiliarity to their advantage. They find themselves down now 2-1 after the first error of a game proves to be a big one. And
last 2 appearances for Smith haven't been his best. Didn't give up a run in his first 4. 1-1 is lined the other way over the head of the third baseman into shallow left field. Throw on from the shortstop is not in time. It gets up the line, but Jose Vargas will not be able to advance as Hillier is backing up down the first base line. It was a blooper over the head of Dill at third. Vergantino went out into shallow left field to get it and threw on to first, which was not a close play. So an infield single from Jose Vargas to start the 7th.
And probably an ill-advised throw there by Vergantino. He's got a good arm. But when you're that deep in the hole and Vargas running down the line, probably better to eat it. Lucky it didn't get out of play and allow a free 90 for Jose Vargas.
Well, I know that Cy Smith has been dominating against the HiToms, but I think HPT is happy to see a new pitcher in the game. Will Holmes was fantastic, just giving up 1 hit. And the first batter Cy Smith faces is a hit to Jose Vargas. Cam Brantley now steps in from the left side. He squares around to bunt, and he pops it up. Long run for Hillier, and he won't get there over the head of him to the backstop.
Brantley is fortunate there that ball had enough backspin and it got away from Hillier, because if you bunt on the first pitch and pop it up for an out, I mean, that is disastrous.
I know Brantley has good speed, also bats from the left side, so he can beat out a bunt, but I'm not sure you go back to it if you're DJ Russ and the HiToms.
No, now, especially with the infield alerted to it. I think that's one where you try and catch them off guard, but now they know it's coming.
And after you see what just happened with the pop-up, I think everybody's scared. So we'll see if Brantley shows it again. Cy Smith comes set, delivers, no bunt showed, and that one is in there for strike 2 with the fastball.
And definitely not going to be bunting now. I was going to say maybe the only other opportunity to bunt there on 0-1 is if you can drag it up the first base line. What with Lewis holding Vargas on at first, it would be harder for him to come in and charge that ball.
0-2 pitch. Chop to the right side. That one will be foul. It's fielded at first base by Lewis, a good 5 steps to the right of the bag. So it stays 0-2 to Brantley. The first 3 appearances, as I said, for Cy Smith all came against the HiToms, and all 3 of those games were wins for the Owls. He went 2 innings on June 17th, 3 innings on June 21st, and 1 2/3 innings on June 24th. Didn't give up a hit in any of them or a run. The most recent 2 outings, 4 1/3 against Martinsville, as that one is lifted out towards left field. Routine play for Lindsey. He goes back a couple steps and fields it for out number 1. Third time tonight that Brantley is retired. And he's the first out in the 7th for Cy Smith. So 5 runs in 4 1/3 against Martinsville on July 11th, and then 2 runs in 2 2/3 against Asheboro on July 18th. That Asheboro game, the first time that the Owls had lost in a game Cy Smith had pitched, and that was his loss that he picked up on that game to move his record to 4-1. Now it's Josh Jones, right on right, first pitch. At the knees for strike 1. Jones can't believe it. That looked low.
Yeah, that was a really good pitch. It was maybe a hair low if you take a look at the TrackMan.
Well, it's probably maybe at the knees, but we haven't seen that called a strike tonight, so you can understand Jones's frustration. Cy Smith lifts and kicks and fires, and that one's grounded sharply down the left field line. That's trouble. It rolls all the way into the corner. Vargas heading for third. Jones cruising into second. It's a double for Josh Jones, and the HiToms have 2 in scoring position with 1 out in the 7th.
There you go, a little liner right down the third base line, diving for it. Wasdill, he couldn't get a glove to it. Rolled almost all the way into the corner, and Vargas on his horse goes first to third. And it's a big double for Josh Jones, but now the HiToms need to capitalize.
So now it's Joe Delaney in the 9-hole. He's 0 for 1 with a line out to short and a walk back in the 5th. Stole second and was stranded there. Infield comes in at all 4 positions for the Owls. If not, you might have seen a bunt from Delaney. Now I'm not sure HPT can put that on. There is no force at home, though. First pitch. Delaney doesn't square around the bunt. Nasty curveball finds the zone on the inner half.
Probably good he didn't square around the bunt on that pitch either.
HiToms trying to even it back up at 2 or maybe even take the lead. 1 out in the 7th. It's a 2-1 lead for Forest City. 3 hits apiece. Cy Smith comes set at the belt buckle. 0-1. Breaking ball, chop foul at the plate. So Joe Delaney finds himself in a 0-2 hole. Jacob Schubert, the hitting coach, yelling at him to try and go the other way with it. We'll see back-to-back curveballs. Cy Smith might try and speed him up here with the heater.
I'm pretty straight up in the outfield. There is a gap out in right center.
And obviously, as we said, infield in at all 4 positions, so a big gap between the infield and the outfield. The 0-2. Fastball misses low in the dirt off the outer half. Good stop on the backhand from Hillier. Decent crowd tonight. Pitch black skies here in Forest City, North Carolina. Well past the 9 o'clock hour. HiToms looking to snap a 2-game losing streak. They trail at 2-1. Runners at 2nd and 3rd in the top of the 7th with 1 out and a 1-2 count to Joe Delaney. Cy Smith delivers. And that fastball misses off the outer half. 2-2. Back-to-back fastballs where Smith has kind of dragged it. Missed pretty badly. That one at 90 miles per hour.
And not a very tempting pitch for Joe Delaney to swing at either.
Big difference between the curve and the fastball. 73 on the curve, 90 on the fastball. Here comes the 2-2. Misses inside with the fastball at 90, and from 0-2 it now goes to 3-2, top of the order, and Rowan Watt looming on deck. Watt is 0 for 2 tonight with a walk back in the 1st, a ground out in the 3rd, and a strikeout looking in the 5th. He would love an opportunity with the bases loaded. Joe Delaney might be able to get the job done here, though. He finds himself in a full count. The payoff pitch. Breaking ball just missed the outside corner. No, it's strike 3 looking. Delaney tossed the bat. He thought it was ball 4. Instead, he's rung up for out number 2. Delayed call from the home plate umpire on a pitch that missed probably 2 inches off the outside corner.
Oh, man.
A tough call there for Delaney, and he's down on strikes.
And Delaney's got a pretty good eye at the plate. He's not swinging at a pitch like that. That was way off the plate.
We have the privilege of the TrackMan strike zone up here in the booth, and we can tell you that that one wasn't very close to the strike zone.
Yeesh.
First strikeout for Cy Smith is a big one. 2 down now for Rowan Watt. Cy Smith looking to strand 2 in scoring position and preserve that 1-run lead here in the 7th. First pitch, breaking ball. That one misses off the outer half. And that one was closer to the strike zone than strike 3 to Joe Delaney.
You know, Rowan Watt not so much worried about that. He's just trying to get a pitch he can put into play here with 2 outs. Got to find the outfield grass somewhere. With Josh Jones at second, I think there's a chance HiToms could score 2 and take the lead.
Smith comes set at the belt buckle. Kicks and fires. Breaking ball on the inside corner, strike 1. Rowan Watt can't believe it. That one probably missed off the inside corner as well. All of a sudden, the strike zone has become very pitcher-friendly here for Cy Smith in the 7th as he tries to work himself out of a jam. Wearing the all-white jerseys tonight are the Owls. Smith delivers. Breaking ball, and that one just missed the outside corner. 2-1.
That one was low off the outside corner to Watt, and a good take, 2-1.
Every pitch now, Rowan Watt turning around to see the verdict. He's not sure what's a strike and what's not there at the plate at the moment.
Yeah, that's an uncomfortable feeling as a batter.
2-1 pitch. And that one finds the strike zone at the knees. Probably again missed off the inside corner.
That's exactly where strike 1 was, pretty much the same spot. But Watt, that's just not a pitch you can hit. But if it's getting called a strike, I mean, there's not a whole lot you can do. You got to protect, but
TrackMan has all 4 pitches so far to Watt missing the zone, and it's currently a 2-2 count. 2 outs in the inning, 2 men on. The pitch, and that one misses well below the zone with the curveball. 3-2. Every single pitch has been the curveball here from Cy Smith. Does he go back to the well for a 6th straight time, or does he go fastball?
I think you got to go back to the well. Try and locate it on that inside corner again. It got you 2 strikes so far.
On deck for the HiToms is Eli Wiesner, the team leader in RBIs. Cy Smith comes set. He readies and delivers. And he missed it outside with the fastball. HiToms dugout is sarcastically cheering, as that was probably ball 6 in the AB. And that brings up Eli Wiesner. They're loaded here in the 7th.
Forest City faithful do not agree with the call. It was off the plate according to TrackMan.
Well, I think there's a bit of a problem in that nobody knows what's a strike and a ball right now. Been some inconsistencies here of late at the plate. So now Eli Wiesner steps in from the right side. Another right-on-right matchup. Nowhere to put him. Bases loaded with HiToms. 2 outs and a 2-1 lead for Forest City. First pitch. Breaking ball is chopped back to the pitcher, Cy Smith. He flips home, and there's out number 3. Cy Smith works himself out of a bases-loaded jam on a weak chopper on a first pitch curveball. Eli Wiesner can't come through for the HiToms. It's still a 1-run lead for Forest City. They need to get 6 outs as we head to the bottom of the 7th at McNair Field.
Here in High Point, North Carolina, we encourage everyone to make themselves at home. Here in High Point, we're known as the home furnishings capital of the world. We have banked our past, present, and future highly on this industry. We have lots of opportunities to entertain your family and children. So take advantage of our parks, our cultural events and activities, as well as some of our seasonal attractions. High Point has a variety of entertainment to suit your needs. Whether you're looking for the newest craft brewery here in town or some live music, come to High Point. We've got what you need. We here at High Point welcome you to make yourself at home.
Novant Health offers unrivaled care for every woman at every age, stage, and walk of life. We know that the care you need today might not be the same care you need tomorrow. and we're proud to offer expert services that are as diverse and multifaceted as you are. So whether you're having a baby, battling cancer, or boosting your overall wellness, you can count on Novant Health to get you back to the things you love faster. Discover care that always puts you first at novanthealth.org/everywoman.
Well, we just finished up the 7th inning stretch. Time to start the bottom of the 7th. Will's got a quick CPL scoreboard update before we do.
Yeah, we'll dash through them really quick. Savannah with the 4-1 lead on Asheboro. That's good news for the HiToms. Bad news at the moment. Bottom of the 7th, making up 4-2 on the Florence Flamingos. Elsewhere, bottom of the 5th, Peninsula and Martinsville. It's turning into a shootout. 13-7 Pilots lead. That's also good news for the HiToms. And then, of course, the one non-CPL game, the Sharks trailing 4-2 to the Wake Forest Fungo.
Ethan Snyder on for inning number 3. He's ahead 0-1 in the count. Now it's 1-1 as a breaking ball misses below the knees to Wade Kelly. 0 for 1 on the night with 2 walks. 1-1 the count. Snyder winds and delivers. Another breaking ball swung on and missed on the outside corner, 1-2. For Ethan Snyder, he came into the 5th, stranded a base runner in Kelly after a leadoff walk over at third base. And then in the 6th, he gave up the go-ahead run on a drop third strike and an error throwing down to first from Bo Rusher. 1-2, another breaking ball. Wade Kelly's able to hold up. It's 2-2.
Yeah, Snyder went back to the breaking ball again. Almost got Kelly to chase.
You give credit to Snyder, though, after the drop third strike in the air, he got out of the inning immediately with another strikeout. 2-2 pitch is popped up on the left side, tailing towards foul territory near the HiToms dugout. Long run, and nobody can get there as it lands on top of the dugout.
Another one just carrying out of play. 3 HiToms after it, but a break there for Kelly as he stays alive.
Kelly, Thompson, and Hilliard due up in that order in this inning. 2-2 the count with nobody out here for Forest City as they look to add some insurance in a 2-1 game. Wade Kelly, the freshman out of Gaston College, hitting .306. He lines one through the left side in the 6 hole and out towards Rowan Watt in left field. Big turnaround first base. Wade Kelly will stick to a leadoff single for Forest City in the 7th. Second hit allowed by Ethan Snyder as he comes out for inning number 3, quickly approaching 45 pitches. As you can hear, Dalen Thompson now stepping to the plate. The 2-hole hitter is 0 for 3 tonight with 2 strikeouts.
Yeah, this will be the second time through the order now for Ethan Snyder. Has varying returns, especially for relievers. Not a lot of guys come out of the bullpen and see it line up twice.
Big swing and a miss on the first pitch fastball to Dalen Thompson, 0-1. For Snyder, he needs to be wary of the fact that there's good speed at first with Wade Kelly. Already 1 stolen base tonight. He's 11 for 11 on the season. That stolen base coming off of Snyder back in the 5th after he walked. 0-1, foul back to the netting, 0-2.
I'd have to suspect now that Snyder will have a pretty short leash if he runs into some trouble here in this inning. It's a 1-run deficit. You wanted to get it a lot larger than that after you left the bases loaded in that last half inning.
Patty McGonigal loosely warming up for the HiToms in the pen in case he's needed here in the bottom of the 7th. 0-2 the count to Dalen Thompson. He's a tough double play candidate, has great speed, as does Wade Kelly at first. Snyder kicks and fires. Runner goes swing and a miss. Throw down to second is not in time. Dalen Thompson just shattered his bat, slamming it to the ground in frustration. That's his 3rd strikeout of the night as he chased a high fastball. But Wade Kelly, again, another stolen base. He's 12 of 12 on the season. Not a close play at second. And he's into scoring position for the 2nd time in 3 innings. 6th strikeout now for Ethan Snyder, 2 1/3 innings into his relief outing. Just giving up 1 unearned run. First pitch to Hillier. Misses inside for ball 1.
And that unearned run looming large right now. If that play made, it is still tied 1-1. in the 7th.
HiToms had their chance in the last half inning. Runners at second and third with 1 out, then the bases loaded with 2 outs, and their best hitter in the lineup at the plate. Couldn't get a run across. 1-0 pitch. Bounces in the dirt. Good stop by Rusher. You have to think that at some point tonight the HiToms will use their weapon in Eric Rins off the bench. First time not in the starting lineup since he joined HPT. Probably a pinch hit opportunity for him if it stays a Forest City lead into the 9th.
Yeah, Bo Rusher due up third in the 8th inning, so might we see Eric Rins come in and pinch hit then?
1-1 pitch, rather 2-0 pitch, misses upstairs. It's now 3-0 to 3 Hillier. 3 not his real name is Will, but he goes by 3 and wears number 3. The 3-0 pitch. Gets the green light, pops it up into shallow left field. Long run for everybody. Josh Jones goes out. Jarrett Brown, did he make the play? Yes, he did. Jarrett Brown with the basket catch as he nearly collided with Josh Jones, tailing towards the foul line. I think that would have been a fair ball. And Jarrett Brown comes up with a nice basket catch for a big second out. No advancement from Wade Kelly either.
And that's a remarkable play by Jarrett Brown, turning around. He has to make that catch pretty much over the shoulder. Probably an easier play for Josh Jones, even though he has a longer run. But Brown was with it the whole way.
With the lefty Hillier, it just kept tailing away from Josh Jones at short, who has more of a horizontal/diagonal route as opposed to straight back for Jarrett Brown. So Jones can keep his eye on it longer. But Jones couldn't get there, so Jarrett Brown ends up making the play. There's 2 outs. Wade Kelly still at second, and the cleanup hitter David Lewis up to the plate. He has one of the 2 runs scored so far today. First pitch, runner goes. Swing and a miss, throw down from Rusher is not in time. Well, Wade Kelly is having his way on the base path so far tonight. He steals second and now third in the inning, his 3rd stolen base of the day.
Yeah, Snyder takes a little more time than the average to get to home plate, and then allows Wade Kelly to get a great jump. Couple steals now in this inning, 3 on the game for him, and he's got himself 90 feet from scoring.
That's right, Snyder, a pretty easy guy to run on. 0-1 pitch.
It's
just missed the outside corner, 1-1 with the fastball.
I'd call it a very deliberate delivery from Snyder. He really, when he comes over the top, it's not that there's a lot of moving parts. He works from the stretch pretty much all the time, but it just takes a long time for him to finally release the ball.
Add on the fact that he only throws it in the mid-8s with the fastball. 1-1. Again, missed off the outer half. 2-1 with the fastball at 85. 54 pitches on the night for Ethan Snyder. Next will be number 55, DJ Russ, encouraging his reliever from the pen, trying to get one more out here out of him in the bottom of the 7th. 2-1. Breaking ball, slice foul down the first base line, count even up.
Well, a good pitch low and away with the breaking ball.
First breaker in the AB against Lewis. Lewis struck out swinging to end the 5th and strand Kelly at 3rd. The first time he faced Snyder. Snyder would love a repeat of that performance. Deuces are wild, 2-2, 2 outs. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss, strike 3. What an outing for Ethan Snyder. 7 strikeouts and just 1 unearned run. It's 2-1 through 7 at McNair Field, Forest City, hanging on to the smallest of leads. We head to the 8th on HiTom Radio.
Thank you for coming to my press conference. Don't worry, I just sprained my ankle. Novant Health said I'll be back in no time.
Hey, honey, your wife here. Can you still coach Little League?
Yes, I can.
Dad,
Excuse me.
what about our father-daughter dance?
I wouldn't miss it.
And what about cleaning the gutters?
No further comment.
With locations throughout the area, online scheduling, and same-day appointments, Novant Health can help you get back in the game fast. Visit novanthealth.org/rapid recovery. Novant Health, making healthcare remarkable.
The future is now.
The future is you.
The future is here.
It's computers,
It's healthcare.
Robotics,
cybersecurity,
manufacturing,
DNA research,
The future is everything.
the future is knowledge.
community,
Possibilities.
hope,
It's about family. Having a career.
Reaching goals,
finding your purpose.
your passion.
Believing in yourself.
Davidson County Community College, The future is here.
Top of the 8th, it's 3, 4, and 5 due up for the HiToms, facing Cy Smith still, who needed 21 pitches to get out of the 7th and leave them loaded, facing the HiToms' heart of the order as he got Eli Wiesner to ground out on a 1-2 fielder's choice to end the inning and get the force of Jose Vargas at the plate. The HiToms did, however, look better against Cy Smith than the first 3 outings against him in the season, where they didn't have a single hit. Across 6 2/3, they picked up 2 in that inning against the Appalachian State sophomore, who stands at 5'11", 200, and has to face Court Maynard for the first time tonight.
Yeah, first time they've made him pay this season, but didn't make him pay where it really counts in the run column. Got to get something going here. You've got the middle of your order coming up, 3, 4, 5. Got to scratch at least one across here.
First pitch, upstairs for ball 1.
Because in the 9th, you might get Smith again. You might have one more man coming out of the pen to close the door.
Home run hitting Jarrett Brown, who has the 1 run and RBI for the HiToms, stands on deck. 1-0 pitch. Another breaking ball, and this time it finds the outside corner at the numbers for strike 1. Court Maynard turns his head to that call, steps out of the right-hand batter's box and back in. Adjusts the batting gloves, and now prepares. Cy Smith winds and delivers. Chop foul on another breaking ball, 1-2. And I think Cy Smith read his scouting report that the HiToms can hit the fastball, because we haven't seen many so far in this relief outing.
Yeah, he is staying away from the zone with the off-speed stuff, getting a lot of swing and chases from the HiToms here.
Would love to not allow the leadoff man to reach. Jose Vargas reached to start the 7th. 1-2, misses inside, and it bounces off the glove of the catcher Hillier. I think Court Maynard might have been frustrated that he didn't stand in and try and get hit by that pitch. He came out of the right-hand batter's box not happy with himself after that play.
That ball was definitely coming in. I think if he turns his back to it, probably drills him right between the numbers.
So now it's 2-2. First batter in the 8th. The pitch. Breaking ball up and in. Again, Court Maynard turns out of the way of that one as it came up around the shoulders, and now the count is run full on another breaking ball.
Yeah, I mean, that's another pitch where I think that time you have to turn out of the way, otherwise you're getting hit flush on the helmet.
Just one fastball in the AB being the 1-2 pitch. Here comes a full count offering. Chopped up the middle. Into fielded it short. Throw on the first is in time. Good play on a charge from Vergantino.
With Court still coming back from the knee injury, not the fastest of runners down the line. Almost hit softly, but Vergantino charged hard and made a good throw across the diamond. Pretty sure bet that he's going to get him out for out number 1.
Now it's Jarrett Brown who steps to the plate. 1 for 2 tonight, a strikeout in the first, a home run in the 4th, and a walk in the 6th. First time facing Cy Smith this season. First pitch. Breaking ball off the outside corner, ball 1. Another curveball here from Smith.
Well, the one thing about throwing all these curveballs is, yeah, you're not giving the HiToms the pitch they like to hit, but at some point you're going to see enough. And if you leave one over the plate, the HiToms will be able to time it up.
Fastball just missed below the knees. It's 2-0. That was a fastball at 90. Might Jarrett Brown get one here on 2-0? We'll see. Smith, deep breath, kicks and delivers. Instead, it's a breaking ball, and now it's a 3-0 count as that one bounced in the dirt. 30 pitches now for Cy Smith through an inning and a third. HiToms making the righty out of App State work. The 3-0. Finds the outside corner. Looked like Brown was taking all the way. 91 in there for strike 1. Good night at the plate for Jarrett Brown, trying to improve on it. 3-1 pitch. Breaking ball, and it slides off the outside corner below the knees. 5-pitch walk to the HiToms cleanup hitter tonight, and he's aboard for Bo Rusher in the 8th.
Well, that's big. Just getting a man on for the HiToms, putting a little pressure on for Cy Smith.
Second walk from Cy Smith. In case you're just joining us, Cy Smith, the all-star reliever, in for Forest City for the first time in over a week. First pitch home to Bo Rusher. Fastball on the outside corner for strike one. Rusher bats from the left side, so this is a more favorable matchup compared to Will Holmes, the lefty starter. Last time Bo Rusher came to the plate, it was with 2 on and 1 out, and he lined into a double play, 6-4 the putout, as they doubled off Court Maynard over at second base. For Cy Smith, he didn't have a good year this year with App State, a 16.62 ERA and 8 2/3, but he has improved on that drastically this summer. 0-1, chop foul at the plate on a breaking ball that was probably going to miss off the outer half. Bo Rusher in a hole at the plate with 1 out, 0-2 the count on him, and a 2-1 lead for the Owls. 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors for Forest City, 1 run on 3 hits, and a big 1 error from the man who stands at the plate in Bo Rusher that allowed the second run to come home to score. Trying to make up for that right here. Cy Smith nods and delivers, and he bounces one in the dirt, gets away, and Jarrett Brown will come into second base. A big 90 feet for the HiToms third baseman, as Hillier got the chest protector to it, but he blocked it all the way up the third base line and had to go 30 feet to go retrieve it. Wild pitch, and Jarrett Brown's in scoring position, representing the tying run with 1 out in the 8th. Last 2 times these teams have played, it's come down to the final AB, and both times Forest City has walked it off here at McNair Field. 2-2 the count to Rusher. Cy Smith looks back to second, kicks and fires, and that one's lined to the left field, tailing towards foul territory, and there is no play as it lands in the HiToms bullpen. Lindsey gave chase, but he came up shy of the foul line and didn't chase after it following that. Stays 2-2 now to Bo Rusher. One out in the inning, tying run at second base. Base hit could score Jarrett Brown, who has good speed. Smith comes set at the belt buckle and delivers. And that one's fouled back in the netting, hits off the roof, and over towards Jose Vargas, who stands on deck. That'll wake everybody up here at McNair Field.
Woke me up a little bit, I'll tell you that.
Will's napping in the booth in a 2-1 game.
Give me a break. It's been a long weekend.
It has. We've been hosting the North Carolina Junior American Legion State Tournament at Finch Field that wrapped up today. Congratulations to Burns Post 100 on taking home the title. 2-2 still the count. Cy Smith settles down and delivers. And it's shot back up the middle over the glove of the pitcher. Tough play, and there is no play. Vergantino over from short. It kicked off the edge of his glove, and that will draw a mound visit with Cy Smith. They're at the corners, and that will be ruled an error, and a tough error at that.
That was a really tough play, but for Vergantino, tried to scoop it with a glove, never got a handle on it. He just kind of kept booting it to the right side of the infield.
It was a weak chopper back towards the mound. Cy Smith jumped up but couldn't glove it as it bounced over his head. And in front of the second base bag, the shortstop Vergantino ran on with his left hand, and it bounced off the front of his glove. Even if he does glove that, that's a really tough play with Rusher hustling down the first base line. Not sure I agree with the error ruling there. Probably an infield single, because even if that's in the glove of Vergantino, I still think Rusher probably beats that out. Instead, It's an E6, and they're at the corners. Doesn't really matter if you rule it a hit or an error at this point.
Yeah, for the HiToms, it's more important that they have men on the corners with just 1 out. You're glad that it didn't turn into an out on a soft chopper by Rusher. I think he actually broke his bat on that, too. As it came back to the dugout, the HiToms were inspecting it on the front step. I don't know. It didn't shatter the bat so much, just cracked it.
It was a 2-2 fastball off the outside corner. Rusher from the left side went out with the barrel to try and fight it off, and he chopped it up the middle, and he stands at first base. Jarrett Brown at third, 90 feet away from tying this game up. Jose Vargas to the plate with 1 out. And do you think about bunting here, Will?
No. To me, no, because you've got a man at third. You're trying to bring the run in here. A bunt, there's no guarantee you're going to get him in safely with the suicide squeeze. That's why it's called the suicide squeeze.
Double play depth up the middle, infield in at the corners.
If you can pull something through the right side.
First pitch, he does show bunt, and he pulls it back on a fastball missed inside.
All right, well, there's a reason I'm not in the dugout. I'm up here.
88, and it missed well inside towards the body of Vargas, who bats from the left side. Second AB against Cy Smith, led off the seventh with an infield single. Runner goes from first, he weakly swings, throw down to second, caught in the rundown, and the throw's coming home. It's up the line, safe is everybody! Jarrett Brown scores, Bo Rusher gets into second, and the HiToms are tied in the eighth.
Oh, how do you like that? That might have been a design play by the HiToms, including the swing by Vargas. Brown got a late jump on it, and that was intentional to pull up short of the bag, got in a rundown, and did not get tagged down. The throw in back home from Dalen Thompson just pulled Hillier out from behind the plate. No way he was going to be able to tag Jarrett Brown. How about the HiToms manufacturing a run?
I think it might have been a hit and run because that missed the zone wildly, and Vargas swung the bat anyways. 1-1 pitch. Off the inside corner, it's 2-1, and a very wise decision. Bo Rusher shied up short of second as the throw from Hillier came in. Would have beaten him by a couple steps, and he got stuck in the rundown, and then Thompson threw home, but he threw it up the line, and so Jarrett Brown slid in safely by a half step.
Yeah, we've seen the HiToms have that happen to him a couple times this season, but they're able to flip the script here.
2-1 pitch, lined over to second, and it should be out number two as Dalen Thompson flips on to first, and it is out number two. It advances the runner Rusher over to third with 2 outs and a chance for the HiToms to take the lead as Cam Brantley steps to the plate.
Good. Nice stop there by Thompson, but he almost misplayed that ball. Didn't have his body square to it. Kind of just stuck the glove out. He's lucky it didn't roll under his glove. Then Rusher might come home to score if that ball gets to the outfield.
So the HiToms somehow, some way manufacture a run in a first and third situation against Forest City. 2-2 in the top of the eighth, threatening to take the lead with a base hit or even a wild pitch with Bo Rusher standing over at third base. Cy Smith delivers, and that one misses low with the breaking ball, 1-0. And for Brantley, he struggled at the plate against Will Holmes in a left-on-left matchup, 0-for-2 with a strikeout and a flyout. Now he gets to face Cy Smith. Second time he will see the righty after he flew out to left in the seventh, and a chance to pick up maybe his biggest hit as a HiTom so far.
Yeah, well, how big would a hit be here right now? 1-0 count.
Here comes the pitch, and it misses low again with the breaking ball. It's 2-0.
Now 2-0. You definitely going to get something to hit here. If Brantley can put one in play, it puts the HiToms in front with Rusher standing 90 feet from home.
Cy Smith comes set, kicks and delivers, and that one's fouled back. Well, Cam Brantley was right on 88 over the outer half, and he just missed it.
And that was the pitch to hit right there.
2-1 now the count to the HiToms right fielder. Cy Smith kicks and delivers, and that one misses inside with the breaking ball. It's 3-1. Josh Jones waits on deck. He's 1 for 3. The one base knock coming against Cy Smith with a sharp grounder down the third base line for a double in the seventh. Time called by Cam Brantley, steps out and back into the left-hand batter's box. Now Jake Landis coaching first for the HiToms. He's hoping to see a base hit here. 3-1. And it's fouled back on another challenge fastball. And that one landed, I think, right on top of our heads here. That definitely scared both of us here in the booth.
Holy Toledo. That would have, I think, put a dent in one of our heads if the roof wasn't here.
I can guarantee you heard that one at home. 2 outs, runner at third representing the tying run is Bo Rusher. 3-2 the count to Brantley. Cy Smith comes set. The pitch. Swing and a miss on a nasty breaking ball. Well, Cy Smith gives up the tying run, but he gets out of a big-time jam with the go-ahead run at third base on a nasty curve on the hands of Brantley. Second strikeout of the night for Cam Brantley. Second strikeout of the night for Cy Smith. We're all tied at 2, headed to the bottom of the 8th. 5, 6, and 7 due up for Forest City, and they'll face a new pitcher when we return here at McNair Field.
So at Sheets, we really exist to make people's lives easier every day. In this moment, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to connect with some of our lucky fans to help make their dreams come true.
How are you? I'm Ryan Sheets.
Here's a brand new truck for you, man. A once-in-a-lifetime dream vacation to Turks and Caicos.
Have you ever been there?
I've never been anywhere.
A check for $25,000?
This is a testament to why everybody should be a Sheets freak.
Hey everyone, Andrew Selliver here. Bring your group outing to Finch Field to watch the HiToms play all summer long. For groups of 12 or more, we have 3 different group rates. For $6 per person, you can get general admission tickets. At $9, we provide a meal package of a hot dog, chips, and a drink in addition to the GA ticket. And finally, for $15 a person, you get our all-you-can-eat ticket package. For more information on group tickets, visit our website at HiToms.com or email Zach at HiToms.com for more information.
Your first HiToms baseball game, sweetie.
I'm ready.
Now, our player over there is called the pitcher.
Right. He simplified his delivery mechanics in the off-season, so hold on to your Pepsi. His fastball's a beast.
Speaking of Pepsi, want one?
Yes, Pepsi's nuanced flavor profile is ideal for HiToms baseball.
Honey, when I said you had to do your homework before the game, I meant your real homework.
Noted for next time.
Pepsi and HiToms Baseball. Game on.
Back and forth and back and forth and back and forth we go here at McNair Field. HiToms and Owls in what is the biggest game of the season so far for both teams as the playoff push culminates here with the final week of CPL play. Patty McGonigal, the new pitcher for the HiToms. Ethan Snyder's night is done. What a night it was. 3 innings pitched, faced 13 batters, struck out 7 of them. Walked 1, gave up 2 hits, 1 run. It was unearned after he appeared to strike out the last batter in the 6th, and then a throwing error on the drop third strike led to the first run. Now it's Patty McGonigal. Her first pitch misses upstairs facing Will Samuelson. And for Ethan Snyder, he threw 56 pitches and nothing to be ashamed about in his relief efforts, keeping the HiToms in it. Now they're tied. 1-0 pitch. On the outside corner, strike 1. Patty McGonigal most recently appeared against Wilson, where he went 1 1/3, didn't give up a run, walked 1, and struck out 2 in 5 batters faced.
Now, Ethan Snyder was impressive. Clay Edmondson was impressive, the 2 roommates.
That one came up and nearly caught a piece of Samuelson as he had to duck out of the way. Right on left matchup. The lefty Samuelson is 1 for 3 with a double back in the 6th, and he came around to score that second run. McGonigal out of Western Carolina. Long look in. Now he comes set, kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss. Nasty breaking ball. Slider below the knees had Samuelson fooled. It's now 2-2. All important leadoff batter to retire here to start the 8th. The 2-2 offering. Another breaking ball, and this time it's fouled out of play in on the hands of the left-handed hitting Samuelson.
A good pitch go outside with a breaking ball, then come back inside on the hands. Samuelson just having to fight it off. Here we go to another one.
Clayton Keys on deck. 2-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Another breaking ball again in on the hands, and this time no contact is made. Samuelson down on strikes for the second time tonight, and the first strikeout victim for McGonigal.
That's 12 Ks on the day for Forest City hitters. Edmondson and Snyder, the 2 strikeout pitchers. You kind of expect that for the HiToms. McGonigal keeping the trend going here in the bottom of the 8th.
Well, that was the problem in the most recent loss on Saturday against Lexington County as well. First pitch just misses the inside corner, 1-0 to Clayton Keys. Forest City struck out 16 times in an 8-5 loss. They were also out-hit in that game 11-3. They have 4 hits tonight, 2 runs on 4 hits, 1 error for the Owls, 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 error for the HiToms. 1-0 pitch, just misses below the knees, 2-0 on another breaking ball. Well, the slider had Samuelson fooled. Now Clayton Keys, the junior out of Southeastern, seems to be picking it up well. Here comes a 2-0. And again, it's a breaking ball, and again, it misses the zone, this time high. Count run to 3-0.
The breaking ball's been high in this at-bat, not getting as many swing and miss and chases as he was when he was putting it down low to Samuelson.
Right on right matchup, the 3-0. And that one misses below the knees. So a 4-pitch walk with 1 out in the 8th issued by Patty McGonigal. That time he couldn't locate the fastball. And the tying run, rather the go-ahead run, is on base here for Forest City, 1 out into the 8th inning. Will Vergantino now steps in from the right side. He's 1 for 3 tonight, a strikeout, a single. Picked up the only RBI of the night for Forest City with that single back in the 4th. And then a ground out in the 2nd. Keys is 2 for 2 in stolen bases this year with the Owls. First pitch, he doesn't go, and it's a swing and a miss on another slider from Patty McGonigal.
Slider's looking really good for Patty right now, so they keep using it.
Vergantino, the freshman out of Elon, hits .218 with the Owls across 26 games played. Before the 0-1, the pickoff throw gets away down the first base line. That means at least 1 base. It's going to mean 2.
Oh, my goodness.
It gets stuck in the tarp down the first base line. We'll see if that sends the base runner back to second or to third. There's going to have to be a conversation about that. But Patty McGonigal just kind of short-armed a pickoff throw prior to the 0-1 pitch, and he bounced it in front of Maynard, who couldn't stop it. And that results in at least 1 free base for Keys. He currently stands on third as the umps visit just to the left of the mound.
Well, that's the second time tonight Court Maynard has been put in a tough spot, a low throw, this time by his pitcher. And that's a 2. If that turns into a 2-base error, oh my goodness, not good for the HiToms at all. It's right after you tie the game up, you've given a golden opportunity.
And they will give third base to Clayton Keys, probably rightfully so.
He was around the bag.
Even if that gets stuck in doesn't get stuck in the tarp, I don't think there's a play at third. So a 2-base error on the pitcher, Patty McGonigal, sends the go-ahead runner to third with 1 out in the inning. And now a sac fly, a wild pitch, or a base hit could give the Owls the lead right back. Infield comes in. McGonigal pitches the 0-1. Breaking ball upstairs, 1-1.
I mean, it's been a pretty clean game tonight for the HiToms, save for these 2 little errors. They loom large. 1 run already coming in off an error, and if that one scores.
1-1 pitch. Another breaking ball. Good stop by Rusher as it kicked in the dirt just behind the plate. Well, it's been some mental mistakes from both teams to look back on if they're unable to win this game. The throw not able to get Jarrett Brown at the plate for the Owls. Now 2 errors could lead to 2 runs for the HiToms. 2-1 pitch. Fouled off down the first base line on a challenge heater inside. Vergantino resets. A couple practice swings outside of the right-handed batter's box. McGonigal tosses away the baseball into the Owls' dugout and gets a new one from our home plate umpire. Big 2-2 pitch awaited here at McNair Field. McGonigal gets the sign, comes set, kicks and delivers. And he just missed the outside corner with the breaking ball. It's 3-2. DJ Russ clapping his hands audibly in the visitor dugout, trying to encourage his pitcher to out number 2 here and trying to keep the go-ahead run Keys over at third base. A big payoff pitch. Fouled off on a slider in on the hands.
That was a good pitch come in to the righty with the off speed, but just able to get a piece of it was Vergantino. 1 for 3 on the day, but you gotta find a way to put him away here.
For the HiToms, it'll be 8-9-1 in the 9th, hopefully in a 2-2 game. Could be 3-2 with a base hit here. Here comes another payoff. Swing and a miss on another slider. Well, Patty McGonigal got Vergantino to chase one below the knees, and that's a big second out on a 77-mile-per-hour breaking ball. And that brings up the 8-hole hitter Garrett Dill, and he will have the task of trying to drive in his teammate Keys to give the Owls the lead right back.
A big second strikeout there for McGonigal. So far, the HiToms pitchers have risen to the occasion when they need to.
Garrett Dill is 0 for 2, and he just missed to Patty McGonigal with a slider off the outside corner. Dill walked back in the 4th. He also reached first in the 6th on the drop third strike in the air from Rusher. That brought in the second run for Forest City. 1-0 pitch. Misses below the knees with the slider, 2-0. Heavy dose of breaking balls so far from the righty out of Western Carolina, Patty McGonigal. Had a 10.38 ERA with the Catamounts this year. Gets the sign from Bo Rusher, comes set. Kicks and releases, and it's fouled off the mask of Bo Rusher, who seems to be okay behind the plate, 2-1. They'll take some time here, get some more baseballs from the home dugout, and give Bo Rusher a quick breather after he takes a foul tip off of his mask.
Well, 2-1 count. A walk won't kill you here, because you've got 2 free open bases, first and second. Carter Lindsay was a strikeout victim his last time up in the 6th.
The problem with walking or allowing Lindsay to reach is it brings up the top of the order and Wade Kelly, who's reached 3 times tonight. McGonigal comes set, the 2-1. At the knees with the fastball, 2-2. Really good spot from the right-hander, Patty McGonigal. He dots it at the knees on the outside corner. Here comes the biggest pitch of the game. 2-2 count, 2 outs in a 2-2 game. Deuces are wild. Go-ahead run for the Owls at third in the bottom of the 8th. Patty McGonigal, long pause, and time called just before he came set. Understandable from Lindsay, as that took a while for McGonigal to get his sign. So Lindsay quickly back into the right-handed batter's box. Here comes another 2-2, and it misses low. Sorry, Lindsay is on deck. It's actually Garrett Dill at the plate. And now it's a 3-2 count as a fastball missed off the knees below the zone.
No, nonetheless, a big pitch coming here.
3-2, and another slider, and it's fouled back out of play. So the inning started with a swinging strikeout of Samuelson, then a walk to Keys, a 2-base error on a pickoff move from McGonigal that got away, put Keys over to third, and now it's a 3-2 count to the third baseman Garrett Dill.
Can find a way out of this inning.
Another payoff pitch, and it missed inside below the knees. A slider well taken by the 8-hole hitter Dill brings up the 9-hole hitter Lindsay. Second walk in the inning from Patty McGonigal, and that brings everybody to the mound, including DJ Russ, the head coach for HPT. No signal down to the pen yet. Jacob Halford warms for the HiToms down the left field line, near that massive monster here at McNair Field. It appears as if it will still be Patty McGonigal's inning to finish, as there's been no motion to the pen and nobody is coming out of that bullpen, and it's Patty McGonigal's job to get this game into the 9th inning tied. HiToms took the lead back in the 4th on a solo blast over the monster and left from Jarrett Brown. He hit that one a ways, 380 off the bat. And then the Owls struck right back in the bottom of the 4th, a run of their own on an RBI single from Will Vergantino, who now stands over at first base. Rather, at third base, and then Dill at first. And then the HiToms gave up another run in the 6th on a drop third strikeout with Samuelson at third. And the throw down to first got away from Bo Rusher. And now the HiToms are going to the pen. So we'll take a quick break here. DJ Russ stayed out on the mound for a while, trying to give Jacob Halford time to warm up. Patty McGonigal's night is done. He gets 2 outs in the inning, but the Owls are threatening with runners at the corners, trying to take back the lead that they just lost in the top of the 8th. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on HiTom Radio.
Your first HiToms baseball game, sweetie.
I'm ready.
Now, our player over there is called the pitcher.
Right. He simplified his delivery mechanics in the off-season, so hold on to your Pepsi. His fastball's a beast.
Speaking of Pepsi, want one?
Yes, Pepsi's nuanced flavor profile is ideal for HiToms baseball.
Honey, when I said you had to do your homework before the game, I meant your real homework.
Noted for next time.
Pepsi and HiToms baseball. Game on.
Andrew Selliver and Will Trubshaw with you here on HiTom Radio. It's a 2-2 game between the Owls and the HiToms in the bottom of the 8th. 2 runs on 3 hits, 2 errors from HPT, 2 runs on 4 hits, 1 error from Forest City. And a very important playoff push game here down the stretch. In the last week of Coastal Plain League action, Jacob Halford, the new pitcher, as Patty McGonigal comes out after facing 4 batters in the inning. He struck out Samuelson, then walked Keys, struck out Vergantino, but a pickoff throw allowed Keys to get all the way to third as it went down the first base line. And then he walked Garrett Dill on a full count pitch in a heck of an AB from the Forest City third baseman. So now it's Jacob Halford. The last time he pitched here against Forest City was in a walk-off on July 15th, 6-7 loss for the HiToms. He came in relief of Clay Edmondson, who got the HiToms into the 9th and allowed the winning run to reach base. And Jacob Halford got 2 outs, but he couldn't quite get the third. Possibly trying to get 4 outs here tonight if the HiToms can get into the bottom of the 9th with this game tied or in the lead.
5 saves for Halford in 16 appearances. 14 innings pitched, a 5.14 ERA.
So he'll face the left-hander in Lindsay. Carter Lindsay, rather a pinch hitter here, I believe, and the first pitch misses below the knees.
No, still Carter Lindsay.
Still is Carter Lindsay. Can't really see the number there. Looks like a different helmet he's wearing. It's a gray helmet now. 1-0 pitch is flied out to left field. Rowan Watt with a long run. He chases back to the track, to the wall, and he can't make the play. It drops down on the warning track. That will score 2 runs on an error out and left from Rowan Watt, and Forest City takes a 4-2 lead.
Well, that's a tough play for an inexperienced guy in the outfield, backtracking to the wall. Didn't really take a good route to it. He got twisted around a couple times and then ran into the wall itself. Ball drops at his feet off the top of the wall. That ball was given a ride by Lindsay to the opposite field.
And that's a play that Rowan Watt will feel he should have made. Got twisted around. They've ruled it a hit here, but he certainly had room to make the play at the wall, and instead, standing at second with 2 RBIs is Lindsay. That brings up Wade Kelly in the top of the lineup. It was a fastball taken the other way on the outer half, and Halford can't get out of the inning, preserving the tie. 4-2 the lead for Forest City, threatening for more. And now Bo Rusher trots out to the mound as Halford and the backstop for the HiToms can't get the signs straight.
And those 2 runs will be charged to Patty McGonigal, so you can't close the book on him. 2/3 of an inning, 2 runs, both earned. Didn't allow a hit, but he walked 2 batters, and it's the 2 walks that come back to bite McGonigal.
So Dill came all the way around to score from first. Keys in from third. 4-2 the lead on the 5th hit of the game for the Owls. Now Halford trying to keep it there. First pitch. Breaking ball, and that missed in the dirt for ball one. While the defense has not helped out the HiToms tonight, they ruled it a hit, but could have been easily the third error of the game that have led to some big-time runs for Forest City. Only one of the runs really coming in on the Owls' accord. 1-0 pitch. Chopped up the middle, tough play. Jones behind the bag, throws on the first, and it's in time, scooped up by Maynard. So Jacob Halford limits the damage to do, but he gives up that base knock off the bat of Lindsay. They rule it a double as Rowan Watt got turned around and couldn't make a play up against the left field monster, and the HiToms are now down to their final 3 outs at McNair Field. It's going to be 8, 9, and 1 due up for the HiToms when they come up. When we return here at McNair Field, HiToms are trying to come back against the Owls on the road.
Here in High Point, North Carolina, we encourage everyone to make themselves at home. Here in High Point, we're known as the home furnishings capital of the world. We have banked our past, present, and future highly on this industry. We have lots of opportunities to entertain your family and children, so take advantage of our parks, our cultural events and activities, as well as some of our seasonal attractions. High Point has a variety of entertainment to suit your needs. Whether you're looking for the newest craft brewery here in town or some live music, come to High Point. We've got what you need. We here at High Point welcome you to make yourself at home.
Novant Health offers unrivaled care for every woman at every age, stage, and walk of life. We know that the care you need today might not be the same care you need tomorrow, and we're proud to offer expert services that are as diverse and multifaceted as you are. So whether you're having a baby, battling cancer, or boosting your overall wellness, you can count on Novant Health to get you back to the things you love faster. Discover care that always puts you first at novanthealth.org/everywoman.
Back here for the 9th, HiToms need 2 to tie it, 3 to take the lead, and it will be Eric Grins who steps to the plate in place of the shortstop Josh Jones, as the HiToms are desperate for offense against a new pitcher. Cy Smith's day is done. It'll be Javier Martinez out of Grambling State, the junior right-hander at 6'1", 275, and Eric Grins in for his first AB of the game.
Yeah, so no surprise, the HiToms going to their best hitter here as a pinch hitter down to their final ABs. Martinez, just his second appearance with the Owls. His first came in the 20-4 blowout over the Zookeepers back on the 21st. He went 3 innings, allowed 3 runs, all of which were earned, but he ultimately got the save in that game as he struck out 4 batters and walked 3.
Looking for save number 2 tonight. First pitch. Misses well inside with a fastball at 88 to Grins. Grins not getting the start tonight because the HiToms only traveled with 2 catchers. Usually they DH their second catcher and they have a third on the bench in Christian Amaro, but tonight Bo Rusher got the start, and if you DH the catcher, you wouldn't have any available. 1-0, misses up and away. It's 2-0.
And he is a pretty nice weapon to have come in off the bench. Has hits in every CPL game he's played in so far. HiToms could use a big one here just to get the inning started. Trailing by 2, so you're not going to get it all back with 1 swing.
2-0 pitch. Chop foul down the third base line. Fastball on the inner half, and Grins was well out in front of it. Cy Smith goes 2 innings pitched, 48 pitches to 11 batters, struck out 2. He gives up 1 run. It is earned. But the HiToms left 4 runners on against him in his 2 innings. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Grins tried to hold up, but he couldn't on a nasty breaking ball below the knees. HiToms could desperately use the leadoff man aboard here in the form of the UNC catcher Eric Grins. Joe Delaney waits on deck, and then the top of the order. Rowan Watt would love men on the base to try and make up for what happened in the bottom of the 8th. 2-2. Foul tipped at the plate. Grins just stays alive on another 80-mile-per-hour slider.
Just got to battle here. You can't take any pitches off now in the 9th inning, down to your final 3 outs. Got to keep fighting off pitches and find a way to make something happen here.
Still 2-2 the count. Martinez comes set and delivers. Chop foul on another breaking ball. Stays 2-2. I'm curious if we'll go back to that fastball now that Grintz has seen 3 straight sliders. Javier Martinez out of Grambling State, soon to be teammates with Jose Vargas of the HiToms. Looks in for the sign from his catcher Hillier, and time called by Grintz at the plate. Goes to dust something out of his eye as he steps out of the right-hand batter's box. Anxious moments between the HiToms and the Owls in the 9th as HPT tries to climb back from a 2-run deficit after 2 runs came in the bottom of the 8th on a 2-run double from Lindsay. Another 2-2. Upstairs with the fastball, count run full.
Working hard here. Eric Grintz just seeing a lot of pitches from Martinez. And if he can work a walk here, great. If he can work a base hit here, great. But he's just got to keep making them throw a lot of pitches. It helps the dugout, too, as they get to see what Martinez has.
Here comes a big 3-2. Lined out towards center field. Long run. That one's hit hard. And shying up just short of the wall in center field is Keys. Grintz hit that one a long way, but it's out number 1.
Hit it to just about the deepest part of the park here at McNair Field. Grintz got a hold of one on 3-2. It comes up just short. The wind non-existent here as the flags are dead out in center field. A little breeze certainly would have helped that one, maybe carry a few extra feet over the wall.
Fastball right at the knees, too close to take on a 3-2. He went down and got under it a little bit as it stays in the ballpark. And Grintz is out number 1 in his 1AB tonight. First pitch to Delaney. Misses below the knees. Well, Delaney certainly you would think needs to reach here if the HiToms want a chance with the top of the lineup coming up. He's done that once tonight, and he's ahead 2-0 as a slider is pulled off the outside corner 2-0.
I know it kind of sounds crazy, but the third baseman behind the bag right now, maybe if you try and lay down a drag bunt, Joe Delaney's got the speed to beat it out if he lays it down just along the third base line.
2-0. Doesn't square around the bunt. That one misses off the plate. It's 3-0. 10 pitches in.
Now 3-0, I definitely would not. I wouldn't even take the bat off the shoulder here.
Well,
Make him come to
maybe you square around just to pull back and try and cause some distraction. Delaney does not do that. Here comes the 3-0 pitch, and it misses. A 4-pitch walk to the HiToms 9-hole. Second walk of Delaney tonight, and the tying run will come to the plate in the 9th.
That'll work. Got to get a guy like Delaney on. Already 1 stolen bag in the game. Got to think he might be in motion here, trying to get into scoring position for Rowan Watt. He's got a chance to redeem himself after he misplayed that ball out in left field.
Watt steps in from the right side, right on the right matchup. Eli Wiesner waits on deck. First pitch. Off the plate, 1-0. 5 straight balls have missed the zone from the righty Martinez, and that draws Hillier out to the mound, or halfway in between the mound and home plate to chat things over. Martinez, one of the newest members of this Owls roster. Junior out of Fuquay-Varina, North Carolina. Right-hander at 6'1", 175. Trying to get the last 3 outs. Never easy, especially with the pressure riding on this game. And the kinds of games we've seen between these two teams this year, especially here at McNair Field. 1-0 the count. Rowan Watt back into the box. The pitch. Line to the shortstop. That's one. Throwback to first is in time. Well, what a play at short. Vergantino fields a sharp liner from Watt. Throws back to first. They double off Joe Delaney. Second line drive to short for a double play. and the HiToms go down 4-2.
That is just about as bad luck as it gets for the HiTom. Ball hit on the screws. Provided Vergantino. Delaney wasn't even that far off the bag, but he's able to fire a strike across the diamond to get him a huge win for the Owls. And a crushing defeat for the HiToms. Kind of feels like a game they should have won, but a couple mistakes in the field proved costly for them once again, as they fall to a couple games under 500 on the season now.
Well, Cy Smith gets the win tonight. The loss tonight will go to Patty McGonigal, as the go-ahead run is charged to the righty out of Western Carolina. Will takes us through one last scoreboard check in the Coastal Plain League.
Yeah, well, a couple of scores. One score not going the HiToms' way, the other going the HiToms' way. A couple of finals as Macon, the winners, 5-3 over the Florence Flamingos. So a big win for Macon now, especially with the HiToms loss becoming official. Savannah, though, hanging on and winning 11-1 over the Asheboro Zookeepers. That's still some semblance of good news for the HiToms. Of course, we're final here now, 4-2, the final for Forest City. And the other game still in action in CPL play anyway. Peninsula up 13-9 on the Mustangs. That's in the top of the 8th. Also, Wake Forest defeating the Wilmington Sharks 4-2. That one has gone final, but a non-CPL result, so it matters not at all to anybody, but just a crushing defeat now for the HiToms, especially with the Bacon winning this one. And it puts the HiToms in a really, really tough spot with just a handful of games left on the schedule.
HiToms will now be one game behind the Bacon for a playoff spot, and the tiebreaker is in favor of the Bacon, being the second half's record. So the HiToms need to be ahead of the Bacon at the end of the second half and overall to get into the playoffs. You think they'll need to win probably 3 of the last 4, including the game here on Thursday night against the Owls. We'll see how things play out down the stretch. Tonight, a game that could have gone either way. Both teams a couple great plays, both teams a couple mistakes, and in the end, one too many mistakes from the HiToms comes back to cost them. Couldn't take advantage of their opportunities, and 3 of the 4 runs for Forest City, HPT will feel as if probably shouldn't have crossed the plate. Final lines tonight: 2 runs on 3 hits, 2 errors for the HiToms, and 8 left on base. 4 runs on 5 hits, 1 error for Forest City, 9 left on base. Again, the winning pitcher tonight is Cy Smith, the loser is Patty McGonigal, and the save goes to Javier Martinez as he gets the HiToms in order in the 9th after a line drive double play off the bat of Rowan Watt ends it. Well, the HiToms aren't done yet. They'll be back in action tomorrow at Lexington County, but it feels as if that one has now turned into a must-win for HPT on the road. We'll be there. We hope you join us on HiTom Radio. First pitch scheduled for 7 o'clock at Lexington County Baseball Stadium for the last time the HiToms taking on the Blowfish this season. And the HiToms are undefeated at Lexington County, and they'll hope that that can continue tomorrow night. But for now, we'll sign off. On behalf of my partner, Will Trubshaw, I'm Andrew Selliver, saying goodnight from McNair Field. Again, the final score tonight, Owls 4, HiToms 2. HPT has work to do as we head down the stretch in Coastal Plain League play.